Muito boa tarde a todos. Boa tarde a todos. Dentro de 12 minutos aproximadamente daremos início à segunda classificativa. A segunda classificativa individual do Campeonato da Europa da categoria de Júniores. Coincide com a primeira mão da Taça das Nações deste campeonato na categoria de Júniores. Temos então a segunda classificativa do campeonato em termos individuais e a primeira mão da Taça das Nações. Good afternoon. More or less 10 minutes to start this second competition for juniors in the European Jumping Championship and first round of the Nations Cup. So we have in the arena we have 13 obstacles, 16 efforts, and the time allowed is 77 seconds. 77 seconds is the time allowed for this competition with meter 40.
Bon après-midi à tous. Dans quelques minutes, à peu près 10 minutes, nous allons commencer la deuxième épreuve du championnat individuel junior de ce championnat européen de Villamoral. Cette épreuve correspond également à la première manche de la Coupe des Nations. Cette épreuve aura le temps accordé de 77 secondes.
And for this European Jumping Championship, we have the course designer international Portuguese Bernardo Costa Cabral and his team. And it's set the time for this second competition. Again, remember the second competition for these juniors is 7.
Ce parcours est composé de 16 efforts et de 13 obstacles. Temps accordé pour celui-ci, 77 secondes.
And for this second competition, we have 2 equal rounds. So meaning that tomorrow we'll have the second round of this second competition.
bom dia a todos. O meu nome é António Moura, sou o show director do Campeonato da Europa de Vila Moura 2021, que vamos dar início no dia 18 e que se prolongará até o dia 25 de julho. Vila Moura, para este campeonato, aqui em Vila Moura, eu reunia uma equipa extraordinária, que é o garante de que tudo se vai passar da melhor forma possível, em que todos nos iremos esforçar para o conforto, o vosso conforto e dos vossos cavalos. Já que estamos a falar de conforto, começo-vos a falar que as previsões de temperatura são entre 25 e 28 graus, portanto, fiquem descansados, não há nenhuma onda de calor aqui por Vila Moura, há sim o bem-estar de todos e onde todos vamos poder, com certeza, nos divertir imenso a ver este campeonato, onde com certeza aqui irão nascer novas estrelas deste desporto que nós tanto gostamos, o salto de obstáculos. Nós já organizámos em 2004 aqui em Vila Moura também um campeonato da Europa e em 2011 também em Portugal, na Comporta. Portanto, nós somos um garante de uma experiência ao longo dos anos, além de todos os concursos de 5 estrelas e de CSIOs que temos realizado ao longo de toda esta nossa vida equestre. Aqui nascem as estrelas. Nós aqui em 2004 tivemos Roberto Whittaker, Ben Mayer, Juliano Melchior, Edu Aznar e Sérgio Alves Moya, para dizer só alguns nomes, os outros que me perdoem, mas a lista é imensa. Na Comporta também tivemos os irmãos Philip Hart, o Martin Fuchs, a Lisa Nuren e o Jos Verlooy. São realmente, isto vem-nos dar a ideia de que, com certeza que aqui, dentro destes 280 cavaleiros que vão aqui estar presentes em Vila Moura, destas 30 nações, vamos ter novas estrelas do nosso desporto. E isso sim, a renovação é um imperativo da vida e, portanto, congratulamos-nos muito de poder participar nessa ajuda e de fazer nascer estas novas estrelas. Vila Moura é o sítio ideal para a prática do hipismo na Europa. É o melhor sítio, não tenho a menor dúvida. Portanto, no inverno como verão, nós temos um clima muito ameno que permite sempre podermos praticar esta nossa modalidade que tanto gostamos e amamos ao longo de todos os anos. Por isso nós termos aqui em Vila Moura várias turnês de inverno, verão e outono. Não me resta muito mais para vos dizer, apenas que queremos desejar a maior sorte a todos, que ganhem o melhor e que nós estaremos aqui para vos apoiar e vos incentivar para que corra tudo pelo melhor. Não quero deixar de me despedir sem agradecer aos nossos sponsors, pois sem os sponsors nada disto era possível. E muito especialmente à Caixa Agrícola do Algarve, ao GPA e ao meu amigo Michel Fankel, que teve uma intervenção muito firme sempre junto dos meus concursos, a apoiar-me, e também à Vila Moura World, que é a nossa grande anfitriã, que é a dona deste resort maravilhoso, que é Vila Moura, com todos estes hotéis, casinos e restaurantes de primeira, da máxima categoria. Portanto, a todos, eu quero saudar e agradecer também à Federação Equestre Portuguesa todo o apoio que nos tem dado. E não posso tenho que terminar a dar um grande agradecimento à FEI por mais uma vez ter confiado em mim e em toda a minha equipa. A todos, muito obrigado e já sabem, aqui neste canal podem nos seguir pelo live streaming e nós daremos as melhores imagens e vos daremos em primeira mão os resultados deste Campeonato da Europa, onde, não se esqueçam, as estrelas vão nascer aqui em Vila Moura. Muito obrigado.
We are delighted to welcome you, ladies and gentlemen. Day 2 of the FEI European Jumping Championships here, the Youth Championships for children on horses, for juniors and for the young riders. A very good afternoon to everybody joining us wherever you are watching worldwide. It's a pleasure to bring you to Vila Moura. We're situated here, the deep south of Portugal, not far from the Atlantic coast, the famed Algarve region. Things get very interesting today because this is the second individual competition and also it is the first of the Nations Cup team final rounds, the first of the 2 rounds that will decide the fate of the team medals here in Vila Moura for 2021. The battle really waged yesterday, both in the individual and the team competition. And just to put you in the picture, it is Belgium. Belgium were outstanding yesterday. They've been able to drop 2 scores of 0.6 and 1.62, both very good in the individual standings, but they could drop those 2 scores, and 0.83 has Belgium in the gold medal position leading into this team round. Ireland are very close behind, 2.2 points is the Irish team total, and Great Britain are also breathing down Ireland's neck in the team bronze. 2.56 is the British total. Poland were impressive yesterday. 4.36 has the Polish team sitting in 4th position, and the Czech Republic, they really exceeded expectations. To my eye, they were brilliant, and 4.57 has the Czech team in 5th as we stand. Then Denmark, Switzerland, France, Italy, the Netherlands, Spain, Sweden lying in 12th position, and Germany had a shocking first day. That was really sad to see, lying down in 13th position. Hungary 14th, Monaco 15th, the home nation Portugal, they are 16th, Russia 17th, Ukraine 18th, Romania 19th, and Norway, I'm afraid, are back markers leading in today's competition, in 20th position. The individual standings and these scores will carry through after the Table C competition to open up the competition yesterday against the clock. Evelyn Putters was superb for Belgium. Jutta Roth is the best score leading into this second competition on a beautiful score of 0. Josephine Christian Jacobsen and Dakar were impressive for just 0.1 of a point. And Alice Lane has France on the individual podium. Emerald Sit 0.24. Then comes Tom Wachman, Ava Vernon, Tristan Guisson, our top 6 into this second individual round and first of the Team Nations Cup competition. So a very good afternoon. And we settle down. 102 it is that will start this second individual competition. And your team final kicks off right here, right now. Ava Vernon will get Britain up and running. She had a superb debut yesterday. That was 0.39. The point score she brings forward to today, lying in 5th place individually overnight. And Britain, as we say, in a very good team standing. The Brits dreaming of Portuguese European Championship victory on the podium in team bronze as we stand. Jolie Fleur van der Noordhoven will set us off this afternoon. The course set by Bernardo Costa Cabral, Portuguese ace course designer. It's fences 1 through to 13 A and B is the late combination. There are the 3 doubles, 6A, B, vertical to Oxa. 5AB is the very first of the 3 doubles, that is Oxa to vertical. And the last combination is the set of vertical rails, 13A and B, 1 stride in between those. Ava Vernon will show us the way around the course. 5 strides, that is down between Oxa to vertical, 2 to 3. This is a big Oxa out of the corner. This is the first of the 3 combinations. Big and square in, 140. Maximum fence height this afternoon, but as I say, these 2 combinations, they come back to back. No breathing space between 5AB and 6AB. And Ava Vernon is just flowing beautifully around this course. It's a superb start for the young Brit. That is the tall plank off the corner at 8. This is the water jump. 6 strides then down to this green and white Oxa. Jolie Fleur van der Noordhoven is jumping out of her skin here. Belgian mare. Little bit awkward to that vertical, but it is so good. Ava Vernon now triple bar down to the final double. And yes, Britain are off to the perfect start. Time allowed is 77 seconds. And that is a very good opening round for Great Britain's Ava Vernon, both individually. She keeps her prospects of her individual medal well alive. Lying in 5th place coming into this second individual competition. And Britain's team bronze is certainly kept alive and kicking after a perfect start.
Total of the championship is 0.39.
Total du championnat 0,39 points.
And the next it is Ireland. Ireland through Max Wachman riding Brooklyn de Hoos.
Well, we certainly come out of the blocks at a full gallop here in Villamora because Max Wachman, he dazzled yesterday. It was such a good round to watch. Brooklyn de Hoos comes 0.42 is the point score. He has had his conversion overnight. 0.5 coefficient time, the times of yesterday. And then, as we say, the quickest clear round yesterday gets that lovely score of 0 to start the week. Evelyn Putters, that was for Belgium, but Max Wachman poised to attack 0.42. And of course, for faults today will be 4 points added to the total, so 4.42. We hope not, but that is what would happen for Max Wachman, be it a penalty for the second jump of Brooklyn de Hoos.
Little second, please.
Just a moment while the technical affairs are given due attention by our ground jurors. Bruno Labouched is the ground jury president from Switzerland. He's alongside Spain's Daniel Balbino Gonzalez. Didier Conde is here for France. João Renas for the home nation, Portugal. And José Alvarez Nacho from Spain is our ground jury for the Junior European Championships. Ireland lying in second place overnight. 2.2 is a very handsome tally to bring into this first round of the Nations Cup. That was literally 1.4 penalties behind Belgium's leading tally, so there isn't much to split up. Well, the top 4 teams are covered by just one fence. That is how tight it is between Belgium, Ireland, Britain and Poland. And the Czech Republic on 4.57 again are within just over a fence of the leading tally. It's very tight at the top, both in the team standings and the individual rankings. Max Wachman, after what must have felt like an eternity of a delay for this very cool Irishman. He was the Pony European champion. Cuffsgrange Cavalidan winning in Stregom in 2019, but I'm afraid back bar of the Sandoxer at 2 is the first blemish for Brooklyn de Hoos. And with these very tight team scores and individual tallies, it's a surprising and costly early mistake for Max. Down to this vertical to Oxa. Big line here, 6AB to 7. They certainly have got to come out off the start line firing here because those two combinations, 5AB, 6AB, are just back-to-back, no let up at all. Just extends out over that big water fence. Brooklyn de Hoos guiding Max around his first young rider, junior Europeans, young riders in a couple of years. So, Max Wachman comes home. We just get a measure of how good Ava Vernon was to jump a clear. And it was ice cold from the British opening pair. Because this pair, as I say, looked immaculate yesterday. However, 2 down it is out on Bernardo Costa Cabral's beefy 140 track.
Switzerland will be next through Linus Hanselmann and Walk For Me, Quizzy, CH.
Et en piste, la Suisse, numéro 3, Linus Hanselmann et Walk For Me.
This is the powerful great. Linus Hanselmann lines up Walk For Me, KZICH at the start. He's superbly bred. Corner Dablensky crossed to night and day. And Linus Hanselmann, he starts individually in 16th position. Got stuck between place and position there coming into this second individual competition. And at 1.46 points, only behind Evelyn Buttas' lead. Switzerland, from a team point of view, 5.98. So again, within 5.18 of Belgium's lead. Certainly, there's a lot that will change and unfold over the two Nations Cup team rounds. Certainly, Switzerland very much in the hunt here in Villamoura. And Linus Hanselmann attacks the water. Things getting quite strung out here. Walk for me, but it's a very good ride. And now gets the horse back on his hocks for this big vertical out of the corner at 11. And Linus Hanselmann is going to be inside 77 seconds as well. And a beautiful attacking ride.
And inside
that was impressive. The Corner Dablensky daughter, Walk for Me, is our second clip of day two here in Villamoura. Well done. They will stay on 1.46, and the Swiss can dream of improving on their current team standing.
Linus Hanselmann et Walk for Me, total du championnat. 1,46.
So it says with 1.46 from the first competition, Linus Hanselmann. This is the result of the championship. So moving on to Denmark, Gabrielle Strild riding Can Fly.
Et c'est parti pour le Danemark.
Gabrielle Striegel is out of the start, down to the first related distance. 5 strides down to the multicoloured vertical. Comes up comfortably. Her debut Junior European Championships. And Can Fly is jumping. It's a young 9-year-old Canan daughter. Canan, the famous sire of Steve Gardin's Olympic champion in London 2012, the great Nino de Buissonnet, was retired under emotional scenes in Geneva 3 or 4 years ago. I was there. That was certainly quite an occasion. Can Fly, one early mistake, but Gabrielle Striegel, she brings 4.34 forward from yesterday's opening competition. So only a fence on a fraction behind. She'd love now to come home and add no further penalties to keep her in the hunt. It's so tightly packed at the top of the individual rankings. Another one goes, sadly, on the home journey. She's going to sneak home inside the time, but I'm afraid Gabrielle Striegel will add 8. 12.34 will be her cumulative score after round 2.
8 points, 75 secondes, 63 centièmes, total du championnat, 12,34 pour Gabrielle Striegel et Can Fly.
Time for Ukraine through Ilia Toshenko riding Forza.
Et c'est l'Ukraine qui est en piste avec Ilia Toshenko et Forza.
Ilia Toshenko is our new starter for Ukraine. Combination number 5. 27 nations started yesterday. It's an incredible list. Delighted to see so many diverse nations coming to the European Junior Champs here in Villamoura. And Ukraine's Ilia Toshenko, early rail sadly. Forza is on the course. Wow, big hit into that combination. 5A. I'm afraid the Ukrainian round is crumbling here. This is a sad sight for Ilia Toshenko. Forza bringing a very handy score as well, which is all the more frustrating to this round because 3.03 they lay on overnight. Forza coming around the corner. They've been together since August of 2019, this bet, but I'm afraid this is a really frustrating round for the young man for Ukraine. Oh, it's a real disappointment. He's going to add 20 penalties to his card. 23.03, I'm afraid, is a landslide score coming in this second junior competition. Sad to see frustration for Ilia Toshenko.
In a total of 23.03.
Et c'est 20 points, temps 73 secondes 59 centièmes. Total du championnat 23.03 pour Ilia Toshenko.
No team for Turkey adds the 2021 Junior Europeans, but delighted to welcome their individual. Sixth of the 102 to start this second individual competition. First of the Team Nations Cup, Burak Alparslan is on course for Turkey. Claudia Z is his lovely, fiery chestnuts. This pair, impressive. They were the children on horses, Balkan champions, I should say, in Istanbul in Turkey. Individual gold, team bronze in 2019. So they're very capable. And Burak starting in 70th position into this second round. But, shame, 7.19 still. Not a million miles away from Evelyn Putters' 0. But I'm afraid he's now moving in the wrong direction. Too early rouse for Claudia Z. It's a big course from Bernardo Costa Cabral, no question. Technical, with the water jump that he just sets up down to the Oxa. The combinations certainly on walking are going to be influential. They're big, they're power efforts. And Burak Alparslan is coming down to the final of those three combinations and again falters into the double. I'm afraid it's, well, the picture certainly is, it's a demanding test for our juniors this afternoon. We have had only the 2 clears after the first 6. Ava Vernon looked dazzlingly good, that was so good. The opening round, and Linus Hanselmann on the powerful grey for Switzerland are the 2 clears, but otherwise it's proving heavy work out there this afternoon. Burak Alparslan, he has to add 12, 19.19 is his ongoing score.
Martina Mer riding Dinero de Lobry.
Et la Norvège est en piste avec Martine Mer et Dinero de Lobry.
Dinero de Lobry, eyes up the opening fence. This is Martina Mer's debut at the Junior European. She has got 2 Europeans under her belt. Shamron, the children on horses of 2017, and in Stregon. That was the Pony Europeans, Marcin Konarski's competition in 2019. 36th individually in the south of Poland near Wrocław is Stregon. That was with Sunny's Heart. Dinero de Lobry is away. They bring a very handy 3.72 point score to this second competition. Had them sitting in 41st position overnight. And the Nabab de Rev gelding, Dinero de Lobry, has started beautifully through that tough pair of combinations that come right in the wake of each other. This pair won the Drammen Grand Prix on home sand. That was in August of last year. Been together since December 2019, and Dinero de Lobry is jumping potentially here. The 3rd clear. Just keeping an eye on the clock, but I think they're going to be okay on 77 seconds. Yeah, comfortably inside. But I'm afraid
so
the last double claims Martina Mer's clear round. Second from home, tumbles, good round for the young Norwegian. A junior European debut is off to a good start over the first 2 rounds. She'll add just the 4 penalties. And 4.72 is the score. Leader at the moment. Of course, this is a jumbled order, so we don't have any reverse or competitive order, but 0.39, Ava Vernon has got the best total so far. 1.46 for Linus Hanselmann has the Swiss rider in second. And Martina Mer 7.72 is her total. Romania brings a superb quintet to the Junior Europeans this year. And Stefania Stoika-Schumann has got off to a great start here. Katavanda Slagersherva Z clear down through 6AB and 7. Now this plank out of the corner. Jumps it very nicely, then presses down to the water. Yes, I'm afraid. Going to be a penalty there. 8 is the score for Stefania Stoika-Schumann, turning into this home little dogleg right-handed line. Big triple bar lies awaiting ominously close to home. You've got to have some petrol left in the tank because these verticals will need respect. The back end of the course and get them.
On 8, 7,
get it.
Seconds,
but I'm afraid it is 8. Stefania Stoika-Schumann will add the 8. 6.64, 14.64 is the Romanian total to take into tomorrow's competition. We're back 9 o'clock. The kickoff time, Western European summertime, be 10 a.m. for those of you in Europe tomorrow morning.
Now it's Belgium, Bart Vandecasteele riding Jack Courtier.
Et nous avons la Belgique en piste, Bart Jay Vandecasteele qui monte Jack Courtier.
Well, now we come to the team that are lying in a superb gold medal position. 0.83, the tally for Belgium as we stand, and Bart Jay Vandecasteele is on course. He was very unlucky yesterday because it was the quickest round of the Table C speed competition. The last fence went, but still he starts on 1.62 only in behind his country colleague Evelyn Putters. So Jack Courtier needs to keep this very competitive score intact. He lies 21st, just as an indication of just how close those scores are to one another. Bart Jay Jr. turns. Clear round, still over the plank at 8. Sees a big stride, but a good jump from Jack Courtier at the water. It's a long way off, but still, this lovely VDL Indoctro's son had the scope to clear it perfectly. Bart Jay now down to the final fences. This is a very quick round. Now, he jumps the last 2. Well, and he is going to be inside the time. Well done. The Belgian charge towards the junior team gold here in Villamora is alive and well. Bart Jay Vandecasteele's hopes of an individual podium are still alive and well. 1.62. Yes, 21st overnight, but this course looking very demanding. There will be a lot of chopping and changing on our junior leaderboard, no question. This afternoon here in Villamora.
Slovenia through Nika Kumer riding Espion AC.
Et la Slovénie est en piste avec Nika Kumer qui monte Espion AC.
Nika Kumer is out on the course for Slovenia. 21.1 overnight. And yeah, the Oxers, I'm afraid, causing the Slovenian pair quite a headache already. 2 front bars dispatched. Better than down through the first of the 3 double combinations. Epsilon AC trundles well down through that diagonal line. 6AB to 7. Nika makes her championship debut for Slovenia here in Villamora, so this is a big occasion. And I must say, she's kept her cool remarkably well because those 2 early hits were fair hits, and she's just kept things ticking over nicely. And Epsilon AC is going to come home. Going to be quite close to the time, I fancy. Back bar of the triple bar was given a solid rattle, but it has stayed. And yeah, it did go, I think. Just lost sight of whether that was the triple bar or the verticals coming home. It is going to be one time as well, 13 to add for Espion, AC and Nika Kumer. Will move her on to 34.1 is the Slovenian total after this second individual competition and junior team Nations Cup first round.
77 secondes, 77 total du championnat, 34.1.
Ireland as a team lying overnight in the silver medal position, 2.2. But Ella quickly scored not one of those counting scores. It was 11.07 from yesterday. 18th position she lay in individually. Had a tough time out on Bernardo Costa Caporal's course with this lovely Horinda H. Dutch mare, KWPN Royal Dutch National Stud Book. 9 years of age, Tornesh crossed to, I don't know. In fact, that is missing information. I'd seen the owner, Don Webb, and I mistakenly thought that Don Webb was the dam site. That is not the case. Ella Quigley has made a very good start here and is making fair amends for yesterday's heavy weather. Horinda H circles back to the red and white plank and then sees a good stride down to the water. Just slithers over it, I think, but it was nip and tuck. One for the water fence judge, but no impact on the scorecard, thankfully. Ella Quigley is very quick on the time here. It's been an attacking, punchy performance. Yeah, beautifully through the pair of verticals. She's had a good talk to herself overnight. I tell you, and come out today, all guns blazing, and really writes the record. And well done, Ella Quigley. It's a beautiful clear round. She will stay on 11.07. And it's a super recovery round for the young lady for Ireland. It's her first juniors. She was 11th individually in the Children on Horses Champs in Chamorin of 2017.
Et nous avons la France en piste, numéro 12, Alice Lane qui monte Emerald Site.
We turn our attention very sharply to the Junior European individual title because Alice Lane is on course, lying in the individual bronze medal position overnight. Emerald Sit is her superb Nabab Derev Courland Belgian gelding. Just 0.24 of a penalty, only down on Evelyn Putters. So really right in the muddle up for this Junior European title. Alice Lane has got off to a great start here. It's a positive approach into 6A and B. Cut off the corner. Was so confident in her chestnut, didn't even bother to line him up particularly middle of the combination. It was really gutsy. Shows the mood she is feeling, and Emerald Sit is delivering another superb round here for Alice Lane. The team competition, 6.04 for France in 8th position at the moment. But again, this kind of a quality round, the time is absolutely comfortable. That is superbly polished. She joins the likes of Ava Vernon, very first clear round, Linus Hanselmann, that have delivered perfect rounds so far. Well done. Alice Lane is right in touch of the individual gold medal here in Vilamora. The juniors will come back tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock here in Vilamora, and the individual final will be at 2 p.m. on Saturday, the 24th of July, to decide the individual European Championship medals.
Nous avons les Pays-Bas avec Wesley de Boer et Sissi.
Wesley de Boer gets off to a good start. He's lying on a very handy 3.12 overnight, 36th position. And Wesley brings his Dutch mare. She's young, 8 years of age only. Baltic VDL across to Cantos, and the Dutchman, he is attacking this course. He's got such trust in this mare, clearly, because despite her age, he's having a good cut at the course. Maybe, to my eye, just a fraction positive down into that combination. I was already thinking it's a hellishly brave pace he's maintaining. And I'm afraid the Dutch round is slightly unstuck, and I have a suspicion of a foot in the water. Not recorded just as yet. CC coming down to the last three fences here. Bernardo Costa Cabral's Junior European second individual competition, First Nations Cup round. And finally he gets his third mistake, I'm afraid.
12 jumping folds.
It's a shame, I must exhale, because I love the start with CC. But I'm afraid the youthful mare, just 8, will add 12 penalties, and Wesley de Boer will complete this afternoon with 15.12, the Dutch total.
Y seguimos con España. Spain is next. Binomio apart. And Emilio Garcia Torres.
Et en piste pour l'Espagne, numéro 14, Emilio Garcia Torres qui monte à part.
The new starter gets the Spanish Nations Cup team off and running. They lie in 11th position after yesterday's opening competition. 12.43 is Spain's total. Yeah, a faltering moment, I'm afraid, just on takeoff at 2. Apart, just lost concentration right on takeoff. Back bar, and I'm afraid another Oxa. Successive Oxas going for Emilio Garcia Torres Solano. 16 years of age, Qualifier hero, crossed to Papillon Rouge is the famous dam sire. Bred by the Nijhoffs in Haxbergen, which is on the east side of the Netherlands, not far from the great military booklet. Enschede Horse Trials, the October end of season classic in the Netherlands. And apart, couple down with Emilio Garcia Torres Solano down to this big Oxa. 3.47 was a very useful score to bring into today's competition, which I'm afraid has weathered a bit of damage. He's on 11.47 down to the pair of verticals. Jumps him, well, no, I thought well, but just flattened in the middle. Horse just lost his roundness over his back in that one canter distance. And it's going to be another one down. So 12 to add, and the total for the Spanish combination, 15.47 at the close of play this afternoon in Villamoura.
Number 15 next to goes from Czech Republic with Hanna Schreder riding Ipo van Hertog.
Et la République tchèque est en piste avec Hanna Schreder.
I absolutely loved watching the Czech Republic's team yesterday. They were brilliant. 4.57 has the Czech team in 5th position. And Hanna Schreder is on the course. This is Ipo van der Achterhoek Z. Echo van der Spieveld crossed to a dam sire again, I'm afraid, no information. And it's an early mistake for Hanna. Really a shame, because 0.95 only was a quite sensational opening round yesterday. Had her in 13th position individually. Martina Mitchellova is in a very good stand as well. 2.2 for Leave Young. We'll see them later. And Teresa Svobodova, Britannia, 1.42. The Czechs, as you can well understand, how they are in 5th position in the team competition, but I'm afraid has just gone against Hanna Schreder out on the course this afternoon. Ipo van der Achterhoek Z, it is 2 down, 8 penalties, and 8.95 is the amended Czech total after today's round.
8.95.
8 points en 73 secondes 82 centièmes. Total du championnat, 8.95 pour
If you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Superb to have your company here in Villamoura It's another warm day at the office this afternoon, but the weather has been superb. And the horses are all looking in superb shape coming in today's day 2 of the competition. And Ida Sellen gets us back in action here. Beautiful Villamora Equestrian Centre in the heart of the Algarve. Ida Sellen makes her Junior European Championship debut this week. She had Starling at the Zuiderwolde Children on Horses Europeans of 2019, 53rd position. But Elizabeth has got off to a great start. 9.02 was the total after yesterday's opening competition. Finds a deep spot into 4, but Elizabeth arcs her back out beautifully. 11 years of age. Applause across to Coleman, owned by the GDS Invest Company. Ida Sellen is giving this mare an absolute peach of a ride here. In a similar mould to Ava Vernon, who was the very first to jump and delivered again. A superb clear for Britain. It's really unlucky for the Swedish pair. Perhaps fractionally close to the plank off the corner at 8. But again, it's a very confident performance. Again, a little bit deep into 11, chancy, but survive. Ida Sellen comes down to the final combination. One unlucky rail for this superb mare. I love her outlook. She's a cracker. It is just 4 off the corner for Ida Sellen. That will be the 4 to add, and it's going to be 13.02 for the Swedish Trailblazer. The Swedes have got to catch up. They lie overnight in 12th position. 12.85 is their total, as opposed to the leading total for Belgium. That is a meagre 0.83.
Doing the course, we have the Russian Federation. We have Daria Kukushkina riding Traffic.
It's sad to see the start for Daria Kukushkina on course for Russia. Traffic, I'm afraid, has got caught in a penalty jam at the start of his round, the Estonian gelding, and I'm afraid Daria Kukushkina's problems are consolidating. 4 down on the approach halfway point, 6A, 6B. Daria, who started with 9.54, the total she brought from yesterday's opening round.
This round.
Traffic Terror is the sire of this 14-year-old, and I'm afraid terror has been instilled into Daria Kukushkina's heart with the early problems. She's come home with a much improved picture, but sad to see the troubles for the pair for Russia, just completing here in Villamora.
So now we will move on to number 18 is Lila Bremner and Memphis Fart. Number 18 of this starting list.
Et en piste pour la Grande-Bretagne, Lila Bremner qui monte Memphis Van Wart.
The new starter getting underway. Great Britain's Lila Bremner is just tracking down to the opener. Memphis van der Vaart is on course. Britain lying in team bronze overnight.
So Daria Kukushkina
2.56 within
of 30
1.5 of the
6
tally
time,
of Belgium.
and the time was
0.83. So Britain with Ava Vernon's superb opening clear. A right in touch here from a team point of view. And Lila Bremner, 34th overnight, 3.02. Only with Memphis van der Vaart very wide into that opening combination. She held the ship together impressively. Great powers of recovery from Lila Bremner. Her debut Europeans was in Stregon for the Pony European Championships of 2019. Lila Bremner powers down to the big water tray. It was a team silver lapis lazuli secured in Stregon of 2019. Memphis van der Vaart has jumped a very good round here. One fence down for the young Brit, but I tell you, considering that heart-stopping moment into 5A, that is a very solid round from that point on for Lila Bremner. 4 penalties is going to be the addition. Memphis van der Vaart will finish here in Villamora 7.02. Father Rory, one of our celebrated impressionists and great comedians in Britain, he'll be well happy. 7.02, Lila Bremner's total.
Championnat 7.02 pour Lila Bremner et Memphis.
Next we have number 19 for Hungary. We have Balazs Toth riding Rolls Royce.
Et numéro 19 pour la Hongrie, Balazs Toth qui monte Rolls Royce.
Balazs Toth is off to a very good start aboard this lovely named Rolls Royce this afternoon. Side by Rolf Joran Bengtson's wonderful Casal Ars that Rolf took up to 5-star level. 13 years of age, 10.36 is Balazs Toth's opening score. 84th position. He lay in overnight of the 102 juniors that have started here for the FEI Junior European Show Jumping Championships. Rolls Royce is off and continuing this very good round here. Balazs Toth runs down to the Oxa. After that demanding 6-stride distance, little dogleg right-hander, water to that Oxa. And I tell you, this is a very good round. It is his first Junior European Championships. Balazs Toth jumps a... Oh, where was the mistake? I missed it on the home run. It's a very good round regardless. It is the 4 penalties to add. And Balazs Toth, he will complete on 14.36 after this second individual competition. Junior team final. First round of the Nations Cup. It will be another round tomorrow in this cliffhanger for the European team medals.
E temos em pista a nação de Portugal. Next is from Portugal. It is Vasco Escudeiro and Millie Sheridan.
Et nous avons le Portugal en piste numéro 20 avec Vasco Escudeiro qui monte Millie Sheridan.
.88 is the start score for Millie Sheridan, the new starter. Swedish warm blood gelding, 13 years of age, Empire, crossed to Iowa. This one, Vasco Escudeiro for Portugal, number 77. Sadly, front bar of that. Beefy Oxer at 4 is the opening blemish for the home rider. Super smooth ride through 6A, B7. Very, very calm, and in the heat of battle here, Vasco Escudeiro is holding up beautifully. His first Junior European Championships. He was in Shamrin, Children on Horses Europeans of 2017 aboard Chasse Spleen Z, 41st individually. So a rookie for the juniors. This pair have had a lot of mileage here in Villamoura over the last half year. Another one goes back end of Bernardo Costa Cabral's course, but Millie Sheridan comes home
So
one
it's,
time as well.
2.1
seconds out of the time.
Total
It's going to be 9 to add for Millie Sheridan and Vasco Escuderio for Portugal.
17.88 from the
Total is going to be 17.88 after the close of play on day 2.
Du temps accordé, 79 secondes 10 centièmes. Total du championnat, 17.88 pour Vasco Escudeiro et Millie Sheridan.
Iniciar a sua prova temos a Amazona alemã. Germany is next with Hanna Schreder riding Lakisha 3.
Numéro 21 en piste pour l'Allemagne, Hanna Schreder qui monte Lakisha 3.
Well, we hope for an improved run of form for Germany because they languished after day 1 in the team standings and didn't quite go according to plan for this young German quintet. Hanna Schreder is out of the course, out on the course. This is the Laudanis Lancer, the second mare. Lakisha is jumping owned by Carsten Hook this one. 4.63 individually. And Hanna Schreder in 54th position, but certainly the way this course is proving that demanding catch-up today is more than possible. Lakisha has made an immaculate start, and Hanna Schreder is riding certainly at the 375 meters per minute speed required out on the course. Second best individual score for Germany coming into this second round. Alia Knack, 3.15, the best for Germany into today. And Hanna Schreder, is really unlucky. A superb round is marred at the very last vertical. And it is the latest of 4 penalties, sadly. She'd done all the hard work, and that was just pure misfortune. Lakisha will add the 4, and 8.63 is the German total.
In campo per Italia, Italy is next through Maria Vittoria Martari, riding Zazu van het Nulhof.
L'Italie est en piste, numéro 22, Maria.
We have 4 more to come, ladies and gentlemen, before the first of our breaks in this first team competition. Second round of the individual European Championships, and Maria Vittoria Martari is away for Italy. This is her lovely 11-year-old Belgian mare, Jazu van het Nerenhof, is on course. They start with a respectable 5.86 into today's competition, lying overnight in 64th position and off to a superb start. Jazu van het Nerenhof just backs herself off the out of the combination 5B perfectly, and then running straight as a die down that diagonal line, this very intense mid part of the course. Maria Vittoria now, can she keep this very good round together? It looks like it. Beautifully down out over the Oxa, because a score of 5.86 still, with 2 individual rounds remaining tomorrow morning and the junior final Saturday afternoon. It's a very good round here, assembled by the young Italian, immaculate. First clear for a long time, and well over a second inside the time. Congratulations, Jazu van het Nerenhof will stay on 5.86, and Maria Vittoria Martari can still keep her individual medal dreams alive. Great efforts.
Total du championnat, 5.86 pour Maria Vittoria et Jazu.
Poland is a nation that is booming in equestrian sports across all disciplines, and very much in evidence again this week. 4th place overnight for the Polish. 4.36 has got them breathing down British, Irish and Belgian colours. Alexander Lewandowski is on course. Jasmine van het Halterhof is away. The start score, a very handy 1.83. This mare, daughter of Kashmir van Schuttershoff. And Jasmine has got off to, no, I'm afraid, out of the combination. Unlucky rail down because Alexander, he kept the tempo high and strong. Alexander Lewandowski makes a very sharp turn. Trusted Casimir to jump that big vertical out of the corner. Just the one mistake at the early combination, but I tell you, Alexander Lewandowski's had a superb start here, his very first Junior Europeans. He will add the 4. It will mean he will continue on in the individual battle, 5.83, and the Polish chances just dropping slightly as they continue their medal hunt. But they've still got the 2 very good scores for Olga Skrobacz, 2.11, and Iga Biagalska, 0.42. So a lot of play left for Poland as they try and win a historic junior team medal. 2 more to come before the interval, and Anastasia Nielsen is on course this for the Principality of Monaco. Combination number 24. Anastasia brings the Holstein 13-year-old gelding. Early part of the course starts very nicely. Anastasia Nielsen beautifully through the treble. Well, what is in effect a treble? It's 6A, 6B and 7, but right as a combination. If you lose rhythm in between 6B and 7, you're going to be staring a problem in the face, and Castro W is powering on beautifully here. Anastasia Nielsen is romping towards a clear round. She's going to be just inside the time and jumps through the verticals beautifully. Yeah, it is just inside, 0.11 of a second to the good of the clock. Superb round for Monaco's Anastasia Nielsen. Well done to her. That's going to leave her on 5.82, which again is going to be in the individual hunt come the shake-up at the weekend.
And the last before our break is Great Britain, is Amélie Gachot riding the Precious One, number 25.
Et nous avons en piste pour la Grande-Bretagne Amélie Gachot.
Well, Britain can now start to hope and dream, as was the story in the football recently. Lila Bremner, just that one down. Ava Vernon, super clear with Jolie Fleur, the very first of this round, and now Amélie Gachot is on course. I'm afraid the vertical tumbles at 3. This, the Irish sport horse, Master Imp's son, the Precious One, jumping. That's a really tough start for Amélie. Couple down, mid part of the course only. Amélie Gachot, her first junior European. She had a team bronze with a Vito in Zuidewolde 2 years ago. It's been a tough start, but she's just got to now try and keep a lid on things. The Precious One is still pricked. Things certainly have steadied since that early little absence of form, and Amélie Gachot will come home. Gives him a pat, great to see. It's going to be 8 to add, however, for the third of the British team out on the course. And the total will be 9.52 for Amélie Gachot, and the Precious One Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a short break here from the Junior European Championships, the first of the Team Nations Cup rounds and the second individual competition. It is certainly all happening. Have a quick break, make yourselves a cup of tea, and we'll see you in 5 minutes and counting. Thank you for your company. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The course being prepared by the team here at the Villamoura Equestrian Centre for the second session. Combinations number 26 through to 50 will comprise the second session. Some very good scores to come. 4 after the break is Josephine Christian Jakobsen, 0.1 of a penalty. Only had her in second place overnight, so absolutely yapping on Evelyn Putters' heels in the individual competition. And welcome back to the action. Will be underway in just a few moments.
And so we will restart this second competition of juniors and the first round of 2 that are equal for the Nations Cup with a time allowed of 77 seconds. The first combination is number 26, the first combination after the break from Liechtenstein. We have Jennifer Hofstadter riding Kusubel.
Welcome back, everybody. Superb to welcome you back to Villamoura for the second session. 26 through to 50, the next combinations. And this lady was superb yesterday. It's a horse I've got to know well. They jump regularly down at upside jumping Grumogov to Saint-Tropez. One of my regular bases over the last 3 seasons, and it's a very lovely little CSI bell we welcome. He's a carbon copy of Simon de Lestra's Hermes Ryan. Horse has had Simon up on top of the world for the last decade or so. Tinker's Boy crossed to Gonfaron and owned by Eric Hofstadter. Jennifer Hofstadter is starting on 2.4 only. Was very good yesterday. It is her second junior European. She was in Zuidewolde 2 years ago with Berlux Z. And that was 90th position individually. That is, interestingly enough, the horse at Simon de Lestra, and the comparison just made. He will take Berlux Z out to the games in Tokyo. CSI Bell is off to a faultless start here. Jennifer Hofstadter beautifully through 6A, B and 7. Turns back to that tall 142 red and white plank. Foot in the water though, I'm afraid. And an unmistakable splash for this very good pair for Liechtenstein. Coming down to the little dogleg swing towards the finish line. Big triple bar will guide them down to this pair of verticals. They jump through there well. Super punchy round to resume the action. Just that, well, it was a convincing mistake at the water, marring an otherwise very good round for Jennifer Hofstadter. 4 it is to add. And CSI Bell will complete this second individual round on 6.4.
74 centièmes pour Jennifer Hofstadter et CSIO total du championnat 6.40.
Starting the course, we have Ireland. Ireland through Carol Charlton riding Galina.
Et l'Irlande est en piste avec Cara Charlton qui monte.
Cara Charlton is our new starter. Cara brings 7.29 to the second individual competition. Ireland battling the likes of Britain and Belgium for team honours, but I'm afraid Galina makes an early mistake out over 4. They're very big oxes, both 4, 5A are monsters. Cara Charlton will now just steady her nerves down this diagonal line beautifully through the middle. Diminutive figure, 17 years of age, just turning down towards home. Her debut junior Europeans. It's been a bit of a tip-tap round from Galina, but Cara Charlton comes home well across the line.
Finish
It's going to be 12 to add. 19.29 is the Irish total. Pair that were part of the winning Nations Cup team for Ireland in Hagen. Team gold that was in mid-June of this year. 12 it is for Cara. 19.29 is a costly second round, I'm afraid, for this new combination for the Irish team at the Europeans.
Number 28, Team Switzerland. We have Noah Keller riding Julia's Diamond Princess.
Et la Suisse est en piste avec le numéro 28, Noah Keller qui monte Julia's Diamond Princess.
Well, Switzerland's Martin Fuchs, a former Young Rider European champion. Martin twice won Young Rider silver. They're always strong at the Youth Europeans, and of course the senior team goes along with Steve Gardin, Martin and Brian Balsinger, himself a former Young Rider European champion in Chamarin. That was 4 years ago for Brian Balsinger. They're strong across the generations, and Noah Keller is in a very good position. Julia's Diamond Princess starting on 1.54 only. The Swiss pair off to an immaculate start here at the Villamora Equestrian Centre. Clear as they turn back to 7. But Noah Keller, I'm afraid, is going to be penalised at the water. Well, just like Jennifer Hofstadter, it's an absolutely perfect round, but for the water. Both the Liechtenstein combination and the Swiss carbon copies, with the 4 penalties for Noah and Julia's Diamond Princess adding the 4. It's still a very respectable 5.54 that they carry forward into tomorrow's 9 AM junior third competition. But now we focus sharply on the Junior European individual title, because this lady just 0.1 of a penalty behind Evelyn Putters after yesterday. Josephine Christian Jakobsen is away. This, the oldest horse in the field at 18, but looking immaculate again. Start of his round, Dakar is on course. Utrilo Z crossed to Darko, owned by Hans Christian Jakobsen. Josephine Christian Jakobsen is off to a perfect start again. Typically, to win any medal cull, you've got to jump clear rounds right across the week here. That is the recurrent theme at the juniors. Young riders, any of the divisions, and I'm afraid the plank at 8 goes, and quite close to the water as well from the naked eye. Josephine Christian Jakobsen coming down to the last pair of verticals, and I'm afraid the entrance goes as well. It is going to be a further 4 to add, and the Danish individual challenge falters. Sad to see. 8 to add, 8.1 is Dakar's total after the second round. Great to see a pat for her horse, but I'm afraid it hasn't gone Josephine Christian Jakobsen's way this afternoon.
Temos agora em pista cavaleiro Baptiste Eichner monta Black and Roll pour a França. France is next, number 30.
Et la France est en piste, numéro 30, Baptiste Eichner qui monte Black and Roll.
Well, I can tell you, France are a team to watch going to Tokyo. I've been watching them and impressed. The likes of Mathieu Biot, Calfelu, Simon Delestre, Nicolas Delmotte, Le Bourg Grand Prix, Chantilly Grand Prix. You've also de Rock. They're a great team, and Penelope Le Prévost as well going to Tokyo. And Baptiste Eichner is not out of this junior individual battle. 5.84 for the young Frenchman. He's at his first junior Europeans, and Black and Roll has started with a real purpose. 4th in the Nations Cup. Clear round 1 mistake in Hagen again. 12th in the Grand Prix there with a super first round clear. Black and Roll, beautiful jump out over the water. That's how to do it. Owned by Bernard Lefort. He's a rock and roll semi. It's a beautiful stallion, Burgraf son. Baptiste Eichner running down to the final combination. This has been a really good round to watch. Beautiful. He's way inside the time.
73 seconds, 91.
Yeah, 4 seconds to the good of the clock, 4.09. And Baptiste Eichner, he stays on 5.84. And that's a very good round for the young Frenchman. And France again, another nation can dream of individual medals.
And now it's Ukraine number 31 as Anastasia Bondarieva riding Quickborn 8.
Et pour l'Ukraine, Anastasia Bondarieva qui monte Kickborn 8.
Starting with 6.1, 66th position after yesterday. Anastasia Bondarieva is on course for Ukraine. Superb young jockey, I'm afraid. Early mistake coming at the Big Oxer at 2. Quickborn jumping. Anastasia at her 3rd junior Europeans. Zudovoda with Tigrano, Spartacus, PKZ in Fontainebleau. Quickborn, huge jump out over that Oxer at 7. He's trying very hard not to touch another one for this seriously talented Ukrainian jockey. Her best European finish was in Mill Street, Children on Horses Champs of 2016 with Tigrano, 7th individually. And Quickborn turning. Just that one early error at 2 is going to be nicely inside the time. And Anastasia Bondarieva jumps the final fence, crosses the line. Yeah, just inside the time.
76-73.
And just that one early rail for this beautiful bay, Quickborn. He's a 10-year-old Quintender Cardino gelding, Oldenburg bred from the north of Germany. Anastasia Bondarieva will go forward with 10.1 penalties for Ukraine.
Pour Anastasia Bondarieva et Kickborn.
And now it's Belgium. Belgium through Aurelia Guisson riding No Limit Legit of Z.
Yes, I was already anxious about the nature of the start for Catalina Seftea, I'm afraid, for Romania. Caldera really charged at the first fence. And the Romanian rider needs to get a grip of this round sharply, because there are some big oxes to come. Caldera just running through the hand a little bit. This 9-year-old mare, she's young enough. I'm afraid looking right out of their comfort zone here. Catalina starting with 13.08, but I'm afraid that is now academic. 20 to add. It's been a very tough first half for the Romanian. 38th individually in the Children on Horses Zuidewalde Europeans of 2019. Her first juniors. And 15th of the Balkan, again, Children's Champs in Zagreb in Croatia in 2018. But just too hot under the collar, I think, Caldera. And yeah, flattening both the verticals as well. Got a feel for Catalina Svetea, I'm afraid, for Romania. Coming home, and a time penalty as well. 29 it is to add. And that is going to be a expensive round, I'm afraid, for the pair for Romania. 42.08 is the Romanian total.
E agora sim, a Amazona belga, Aurelia Guisson, No Limit, Legita Hofze.
Et la Belgique est en piste avec Aurelia Guisson qui monte No Limit.
This lady is right in the thick of things in this individual battle. 0.6 of a penalty only. Aurelia Guisson, we welcome. This is for Belgium. No Limit, Vanta Legitahov Z is on course. It's a beautiful young mare. She's an 8-year-old only. Nabab de Rev, Philippe Lejeune's World Games ride of Jerez in 2002. Team bronze just down the Atlantic coast across the Spanish border 19 years ago. Aurelia Guisson is off to a perfect start. 0 for Evelyn Putters, her Belgian colleague, so within 0.6 in this individual battle. And Belgium, well, they've got an incredible chance in the team competition. With 4 riders in the top 10. Aurelia and Tristan Guisson, Anthony Philipparts and the leader, Evelyn Putters, coming down to the last combination. No Limit is going to storm home inside the time, but I'm afraid the penultimate fence on the course of Bernardo Costa Cabral, that beefy vertical, 13A, is the one down. Very frustrating after a super round completed for Aurelia Guisson. 4 to add, 4.6 is the Belgian total.
En 72 secondes 69 centièmes, total du championnat 4.60 pour Aurelia Guisson et No Limit.
As number 34 starting the course for Romania, Maria Alexandra Roman, riding Labrasca.
Et nous avons la Roumanie en piste avec Maria Alexandra Roman et Labrasca.
The new starter is another one to clip that ox, like befell Anastasia Bondarieva a moment ago, and I'm afraid insult to injury added twice. 3 now have gone. 2, 3 and 4. Maria Alexandra Roman is on the course for Romania again. This is Labrasca. Maria makes her Junior European Championship debut here in Villamora. She struggled yesterday, to be fair, and I'm afraid first refusal coming at the Big Oxer at 7. Yesterday's total 51.79. Had her in 98th of the 102, but first Junior Europeans. This pair had a very nice team bronze in the Balkan Juniors in Zagreb in 2018, but this is a step up in caliber. Fifth season for this combination. They formed in June of 2017. But to be fair, they haven't jumped a lot at 140 level. They've only had the one Grand Prix at 140 in Babolna in Hungary mid-June of this year. So that is the obvious explanation for their difficulties over these 2 days of competition. And it's a tough round for Maria Alexandra Roman, I'm afraid. Labrasca is going to add a little bit of a cricket score. 32 it is to add.
For Maria Alexandra Roman.
It's going to be a total of 83.79 for the pair for Romania.
Et un total de 32 points. 4 pour dépassement du temps accordé, 89 secondes, 87 centièmes. Total du championnat, 83,79.
E vez da França. France Indiarina through number 35, Jules Orsolini, riding clandestine SAS.
En piste pour la France, Jules Orsolini qui monte clandestin SAS.
Fence 2 bites another one. Sad to see Jules Orsolini is out on the course, and I'm sad because 1.5 was a great penalty score to bring to this round. 17th position overnight. Did some great work yesterday with his clandestine SAS. So Francais Gelding, 17 years of age, another one of the old guns. Alain de Lecoeur crossed to Arpège Pierreville, bred by Monsieur Gérard Le Fournour and Pascal Nuss. Just that one mistake, Jules Orsolini, big jump, soars out over the wide water. They're jumping the oxer very well after the water. I think that is a little bit of a concession from Bernardo Costa Cabra, because a vertical after a water would have been devilish, and a plank after it would have been monstrous. Thankfully, an oxer is fairly forgiving, but there are other problems on this course, as we're well aware. Just that one early mistake at 2. Again, same format of a round, great round as Anastasia Bondarieva, with just that oxer at 2 for Jules Orsolini, completing at 5.5 is the French total.
Netherlands through Ava Vernon, riding Gregorius Vrendt.
Et les Pays-Bas en piste avec Amber Van Marle qui monte Gregorius.
Amber Van Marle has just that one early mistake. Gregorius van der Vrendt pops down through that second of the 3 double combinations beautifully. Amber, very good 4.46 she brings into this second individual competition. 49th position, incredible, just over 1 fence separating the top near 5th of the Junior European Champs for this year. Amber Van Marle, her debut European Championship, still just the one down for Gregorius. Down to this last influential pair of verticals. And jumps through there very nicely. It's going to be just outside the time as well. 1.63 down on the 77-second time. 5 for the young Dutch rider at her very first Junior Europeans. It's going to be 9.46 their total to carry forward into the individual competitions. Tomorrow will be the 3rd individual round and the final of the team rides, starting, or rounds I should say, starting at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. That will be the culmination of the team competition, and then the leading juniors will be back for the junior final. For the individual medals, that is at 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Western European time, do just be aware of that. 1 hour behind Central Europe. Out on course now for Spain. 8.97 is the start score. Carmen Mateos de Urbina getting underway. This is a lovely Quid de Talma across the Caprice Bois Margot Stallion. Alto de Talma, another one to have an early mistake. I tell you, the start of this course cannot be taken for granted. Alto de Talma just getting fairly strong in the hand. Oh, the toes, Carmen, down is that first combination. Outside of Talma, off the corner, that plank that actually I think's caused less problems than you might have anticipated walking the course, because it's right up to height, just coming at a point where the horse is just feeling their legs a little bit maybe. Well, 3 down. It's not been easy. Now stirrup missing as well, down to the final combination. The verticals at the end of the course are a familiar trap in world show jumping, and that is because the horse's stride as he tires will just naturally lengthen. It's more of a feature in eventing on the cross country when that is then really the truth, but I assume in show jumping as well it's a similar pattern. The horse just loses his elasticness of body and the stride lengthens and flattens, and then that is where the pair of verticals is hard to jump. And the horse got to be so accurate to arc his back and clear both of them. But now away from jumping theory to this very good rider for the Czech. Mariana Mitchellova comes on 2.2 only. She sits overnight in 27th position, but yes, 2.2 only, trailing Evelyn Putters and Uthterot. She jumps the ox up. Well, sadly, Liv Young just has a collision with that oxer at 4, having jumped the more influential oxer at 2 beautifully. Liv Young has now got to come home clear to keep Mariana Mitchellova in the individual hunt. Her first junior European, she had a very good 7th in Fontainebleau, the Children on Horses Europeans of 2018, so she's very capable. Their recent form as well has been dazzling. In Olomouc in the Czech at home, 4th and 5th over 145 in the Grand Prix was the 4th and 5th over 140. So this is a very good pair. Shame. The last fence goes sadly as well. It is going to be 8 to add. And Mariana Mitchellova will complete here in Villamora the second junior competition on 10.2. Good round, but I'm afraid they flounder in the individual competition somewhat because they were in such a good standing.
And now it's number 39 from Sweden, Ebbe Danielson, riding Tigavoli.
Et numéro 39 pour la Suède, Ebbe Danielson qui monte Tigavoli Z.
This course proving a worthy test for the junior Europeans. We have now jumped 38 and we have only 8 clear rounds. And I can tell you that the French are looking very good. Alice Lane and Baptiste Eichner, 2 of those clears. We've got the 1 for Great Britain. Lila Bremner had 1 down. But I tell you, France are in a superb position. Early stages of this first Team Nations Cup round. But Ebbe Danielson has got off to a very confident, good start here. Tigavoli Z, oh no, I think gets away with that total miscue at the water. No, they didn't. I had a feeling that they might have just cleared it. They got the stride all at sea, but I'm afraid Tigavoli Z has that one mistake. Ebbe Danielson coming down to the final line and the last goes as well. It's a real shame because 12 to add, she was on 1.51 lying overnight in 18th position. But sadly, 12 penalties to add and 13.51 is the Twisted de la Pomme Mares total for Ebbe Danielson.
Total du championnat 13.51 pour Ebbe Danielson et Tigavoli.
Russian Federation is next through Milena Beresha riding Corlandos.
Numéro 40 pour la Russie, Milena Beresha qui monte Corlandos.
the next pair on course for Russia. Delighted to welcome Milena Beresha to the start. Poof, they got away with a really shaky jump at the second. Takeoff point was totally insecure, but somehow Korlandos jumped it. 7.29 is the start score. Kolensky G crossed to that very good downside Landerdale. But I'm afraid, yeah, he's had an early scare at the second Oxen. Then he crashes through 5A. Understandable. He just thought, well, my takeoff point is not quite secure. He's had that earlier. Memory, and the horses, understandably, will react to things that have gone not according to plan. And now we wait. The entrance gate's gone up, but I think she's going to continue here, whilst the Oxer at 5A is resurrected. Well, Milena Beresha has battled on here valiantly, I must say. Coming down to the finish line, he's going to have a cluster of time penalties as well. Unsurprisingly, and 18 is the total. Milena Beresha just completing out on the course, demanding it was for Korlandos for the Russians. That's number 40.
Et c'est 18 points, dont 2 pour dépassement du temps accordé, 84 secondes 15 centièmes. Total du championnat, 25 points 29 pour Milena Beresha e Korlandos.
E agora é a vez da Amazônia húngara, em pista com o conjunto número 41.
Well, for starting this Junior European Championships, the FEI's Junior Europeans in Villamoura for Hungary. And Petra Takash is off to a wavering start, sadly. The vertical at 1 and the Oxer at 2. Connor Pass is on course. This, the 11-year-old Katoki the second, Lancer the second stallion. Owned by Csaba Takash. Bred by Vince Laszlo. It's number 41 jumping. And it's a tough start for Petra. Well, this is sad to see. It's another one who is really struggling. I thought the approach into the combination at 6A and B was good. It was, to my eye, powerful enough, but I'm afraid the luck is going way away from the Hungarian out on the course here. Connor Pass, foot in the water. This riding the Babolna World Cup at home in Hungary in mid-June. Her 21st there, but Petra, it's a big occasion, her first European Championships, and that pressure for a raw competitor cannot be overstated. And I'm afraid it's going to be 27 to add for the pair for Hungary just completing. 45.69 is going to be Connor Pass's total at the close of this second round here in Villamoura. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we certainly have a battle on our hands, and the both individual and team competition is certainly wide open at this point. This course is proving very demanding. Ava Vernon was the very first of the 102 to start. She jumped an absolute cracking round. Deceptively good in terms of thinking this course could be easy. And it's certainly very much far from that. Magdalena Aloy is our new starter for Portugal. Home nations, number 42, just under halfway through this second junior competition. I love this man. Forrestal de Saint-Chen is on course. Milo Carthago across to Fiji de Fleury. Belgian Mer has had, again, a tough start here. No question, Bernardo Costa Cabral has pulled no punches with those back-to-back combinations. 5A, B, 6A, B, all coming in an intense mid part of the course. Magdalena Aloy comes home, survives well. Out in the heat of battle, it is going to be 12 to add. Forrestal de Saint-Chen completing.
112 pontos. 12 points en 72 secondes 86 centièmes. Total du championnat 16,32 pour Magdalena Aloy.
And now it's Germany.
The new starter on this dark grey. Mick Haunhorst is out of the start for Ireland. He starts on 8.74, lying overnight is 76th position. Ireland coming down to the Oxa. 8 years of age only. Corlin crossed to Matterhorn. This dark grey of the KWPN Royal Dutch National Stud Book. It's a good start considering the recent horror show we've had at the start of the course for the juniors. It's proving ultra demanding, particularly the start actually. Getting home over those pair of verticals left of your picture. Mick Haunhorst on this stunning grey island. Just the early mistake for Mick. He's secure through the water. And again, this long striding grey lopes down over the big Oxa at 10. Home turn for the young German. His first juniors, he was a very good 25th individually. Team gold in Fontainebleau. That was aboard Conquest, but I'm afraid Ireland runs out of juice at the back end of Junior European course. Brakes go on. Disappointing conclusion to Mick Haunhorst's ride here. Ireland comes home. He's going to have time as well. 12 penalties to add for Mick. And his total, with those 12 added, is going to be 20.74 after the second round.
89 seconds, 51 for Ireland and Mick Hurst. In a total of the championship until this moment 20.74.
12 points en 89 secondes 51 centièmes. Total du championnat 20,74 pour Mick et Ireland.
And now back to Italy. We have Vittoria Righi riding the Dude.
Et l'Italie est en piste avec numéro 44, Vittoria Righi qui monte The Dude.
Well, the Dude is out of the start gate and he's living right up to his name here. Superb start from Vittoria Righi out on the course. He's a 15-year-old carry gold Argentina's gelding. One mistake, sadly. Again, first half proving ultra demanding this afternoon. Vittoria Rigi coming down to the final line, and I'm sad to see the 12 because the dude starting on 0.69, and that is a very costly 3 mistakes for the young Italian pair. They will add the 12, and 12.69 is a disappointing completion to their round. It is their first juniors, granted. Vittoria herself was in the Shamarin Children on Horses Europeans of 2017 with Sushi. I'm afraid her individual challenge falters on the second round.
From Poland, we have Iga Biegalski riding Doravella, number 46.
Numéro 45 en piste pour la Pologne, Iga Biegalska qui monte Doravella.
Well, Poland's Iga Biegalska is out of the start, and Doravella has got off to a perfect start. She starts on 0.42 only, breathing down the neck of the individual likely medal winners. 7th position. Ava Vernon jumps a beautiful clear. Dakar faltered ahead of her with Josephine Christian Jakobsen, so the door, but that 4 is partly ajar for Iga Biegalska. But now I'm afraid things moving in the wrong direction for Doravella, down to the water. And I'm afraid another mistake. This course is causing havoc. I don't think Bernardo Costa Cabral's gone too far, but it's just a shame to see these juniors who were in such a good position running into this amount of heat. Doravella comes down to the final line, and it is going to be 16 penalties at 20. And that is going to scupper the Polish card, I am afraid. 20 to add, and Doravella completing on 20.42 at the close of play.
20.42.
Et c'est 20 points en 70 secondes de 36 centièmes. Total du championnat 20.42 pour Iga Biegalska.
And now it's from Monaco, number 46, Christina Klebanova, riding Boreal de Rhodes.
Numéro 46 en piste pour la principauté du Monaco, c'est Christina Klebanova qui monte Boreal de Rhodes.
Well, of course, what this does mean for those that weren't quite knocking on the individual medal door from last night is that they can, with a good game of catch-up, gain some ground on the field today, and that is very much the case for this lady. Christina Klebanova is on course for Monaco. This is Boreal de Rhodes on course. And it's a very clean, good start, very clean. Clean will do. My coffee's going to kick in a moment. It's been quite hard watching these juniors falling into some bother. You're riding on the waves with them. Christina Klebanova, though, has still got a clean scorecard intact. It's been forever since we've had a clear round. Boreal de Rhodes is close to the water. Yeah, I'm afraid. Hoof goes into the water. Across at 9. But Christina Klebanova can still here post a good enough score. 7.69. And another one, though, goes. And, yeah, problems are sad through the double coming home as well. It is going to be 16, and what was a good round, I'm afraid, in the home line evaporates chances individually. 16 to add and 23. 69 is Boreal de Rhodes' completion total.
75 secondes 87 centièmes. Total du championnat 23.69 pour Christina Klebanova.
Next is Great Britain, Claudia Moore and Ardester.
Et la Grande-Bretagne est en piste avec le numéro 47, Claudia Moore, qui monte Ardester.
Well, Ava Moore delivered the absolute dream start, which has been very hard to replicate here in Villamoura. Ardester has got underway well with Claudia Moore. Claudia starting in 26th position after yesterday. This is the beautiful 9-year-old Canan Cardento mare. Hard Esther is again delivering a powerful performance here. Claudia down to the first combination. Beautifully through now. Little left-handed turn to this vertical oxa. We still have those 8 clears. I told you that about 30 minutes or so ago. And can Claudia Moore finally put another notch on the competitors' clear round chart? Hard Esther toes it down to the green oxa, but the Brit scorecard is perfectly intact. Well, Britain, sadly, it's the one late mistake for Claudia. It's a very good round indeed. It's just over the time as well. 0.2 of a second outside 77 seconds. It's going to be 5. Great effort for Claudia. It is her first Junior European. She had a very good team gold individual bronze with Orlando van der Rossova at Bishop Burton's Pony Europeans of 2018. And then 6th individually, team silver with Orlando again in Stregon 2 years ago. But it is going to be 5 to add for Claudia Moore. And Hard Esther, 7.12 is the total. But now this, the pair I put money firmly down on the table to deliver. Finally, clear round number 9. They were immaculate yesterday, and 0.35 is the start score. Tom Wachman is away. HH Fireball, number 1, Dissot cross to Toulon. And the Salle-Francais mare, the property of Lady Bamford, is well away with Tom Wachman. Ella Quigley, one of those precious clears for Ireland. Horinda H was immaculate, and HH Fireball looking very much in a perfect zone with Tom Wachman. It's an absolute model of composure. He is aggressive when he just needed to be down to the water just to make up the distance. Met it perfectly. And HH Fireball is delivering an absolute peach of a ride here. Tom Wachman, I'm glad I put my money down, because that is clear round number 9 finally. Ireland have 2 of them. France have 2 of them. And Ella Quigley has company, Tom Wachman and HH Fireball. And that is 0.35, the final score after the second round. Alice Lane is just ahead of Tom individually. Alice on 0.24. But Tom Wachman, 0.35. He will lie overnight. The worst position is bronze individually. Alice Lane guaranteed silver overnight, and Evelyn Putters will jump, hopefully a clear, to have the individual gold in her hands. The big grey Silver Surfer has got off to a perfect start here. Geraldine Straumann trying to put Switzerland into the picture. This, the Holsteiner 14-year-old Casal Levisto gelding, owned by Dr. Thomas Straumann. And so far, absolutely so good for the pair for Switzerland, but foot in the water. We await the judge's verdict. Geraldine Straumann has got away with the near miss at the water, and it is a superb back-to-back clear, finally. This second round is delivering, demanding course, and Bernardo Costa Cabral can exhale once again.
sans faute, 75
because we
secondes
do have
9
another clear
centièmes.
round.
Total du championnat, 5 points
There's
25
10 in
pour
total.
Géraldine
Geraldine
Straumann
Straumann
et Sylvia
joins
Sartre.
Linus Hanselmann.
Denmark
Two
is the last
superb
for the
greys
break
that are
with
clear
Josephine
for
Mahut
Switzerland.
riding this edition.
Et nous avons le dernier binôme avant une pause. Pour le Danemark, Josephine Sandgaard Marup qui monte de Sémilly édition.
The last to come before the interval. We need a breather. It is for Denmark, Josephine Sandgaard and Morup getting underway. This is a very good start score here, 2.97 for the Holsteiner son of Diamond de Semi, the famous Diamond, crossed to exorbitant full-blood dam sire. The Holsteiner de Semi edition is away. And Josephine Sandgaard and Morup has made a very good start here for the Danes. Josephine coming down to the second of the doubles, beautifully through. This is her partner from now their third Europeans together. They were in Shammer in Slovakia, 34th individually, 4th with the Danish team of 2017, and in Mill Street. Again, Children on Horses of 2016, 28th individually. So they know each other backwards, and that is very much on display here, because this is a great round, and could we have our third clear back-to-back here in Villamoura. It's a superb display. And Josephine Sandgaard, Morup, yes, delivers just outside the time. Great clear round over the fences, but it is going to be the one to add for the pair for Denmark. Their total is going to be 3.97 after this second round. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute cliffhanger of a competition. It is tense, it is demanding, as it should be for the junior Europeans, but certainly they've got it all to do. And I can tell you, we wait for Evelyn Putters to jump, but Alice Lane sits in gold medal position, 0.24. Tom Vachman just delivered a superb clear HH fireball in the silver, 0.35. And Ava Vernon, at the moment, holds individual bronze. One to come that can affect those outcomes, 0.39 is the British total. We have a short break. We'll see you in 5 minutes.
Bom dia a todos. O meu nome é António Moura, sou o show director do Campeonato da Europa de Vila Moura 2021, que vamos dar início no dia 18 e que se prolongará até ao dia 25 de julho. Vila Moura, para este campeonato aqui em Vila Moura, eu reunia uma equipa extraordinária que é o garante de que tudo se vai passar da melhor forma possível, em que todos nos iremos esforçar para o conforto, o vosso conforto e dos vossos cavalos. Já que estamos a falar de conforto, começo-vos a falar que as previsões de temperatura são entre 25 e 28 graus, portanto, fiquem descansados, não há nenhuma onda de calor aqui por Vila Moura, há sim o bem-estar de todos e onde todos vamos poder, com certeza, nos divertir imenso a ver este campeonato, onde, com certeza, aqui irão nascer novas estrelas deste desporto que nós tanto gostamos, o salto de obstáculos. Nós já organizámos em 2004 aqui em Vila Moura também um campeonato da Europa e em 2011 também em Portugal, na Comporta. Portanto, nós somos um garante de uma experiência ao longo dos anos, além de todos os concursos de 5 estrelas e de CSIOs que temos realizado ao longo de toda esta nossa vida equestre. Aqui nascem as estrelas. Nós aqui em 2004 tivemos Robert Whittaker, Ben Mayer, Juliano Melchior, Edu Aznar e Sérgio Alves Moia, para dizer só alguns nomes, os outros que me perdoem, mas a lista é imensa. Na Comporta também tivemos os irmãos Philip Hart, o Martin Fuchs, a Lisa Nuren e o Jos Verlooy. São realmente, isto vem-nos dar a ideia de que, com certeza que aqui, dentro destes 280 cavaleiros que vão aqui estar presentes em Vila Moura, destas 30 nações, vamos ter novas estrelas do nosso desporto. E isso sim, a renovação é um imperativo da vida e, portanto, congratulamos-nos muito de poder participar nessa ajuda e nessa de fazer nascer estas novas estrelas. Vila Moura é o sítio ideal para a prática do hipismo na Europa. É o melhor sítio, não tenho a menor dúvida. Portanto, no inverno como verão, nós temos um clima muito ameno que permite sempre podermos praticar esta nossa modalidade que tanto gostamos e amamos ao longo de todos os anos. Por isso, nós termos aqui em Vila Moura várias turnês de inverno, verão e outono. Não me resta muito mais para vos dizer, apenas que queremos desejar a maior sorte a todos, que ganhem o melhor e que nós estaremos aqui para vos apoiar e vos incentivar para que corra tudo pelo melhor. Não quero deixar de me despedir sem agradecer aos nossos sponsors, pois sem os sponsors nada disto era possível. E muito especialmente à Caixa Agrícola do Algarve, ao GPA e ao meu amigo Michel Fankel, que teve uma intervenção muito firme sempre junto dos meus concursos, a apoiar-me, e também à Vila Moura World, que é a nossa grande anfitriã, que é a dona deste resort maravilhoso, que é Vila Moura, com todos estes hotéis, casinos e restaurantes da máxima categoria. Portanto, a todos, eu quero saudar e agradecer também à Federação Equestre Portuguesa todo o apoio que nos tem dado. E tenho que terminar a dar um grande agradecimento à FEI por mais uma vez ter confiado em mim e em toda a minha equipa. A todos, um muito obrigado e já sabem, aqui neste canal podem nos seguir por live streaming e nós daremos as melhores imagens e vos daremos em primeira mão os resultados deste Campeonato da Europa, onde, não se esqueçam, as estrelas vão nascer aqui em Vila Moura. Muito obrigado.
Delighted to welcome you back, ladies and gentlemen. We are right in the heat of battle here in Vila Moura. It's a superb 30-degree afternoon, but I can tell you the course is proving ultra demanding. It must be that way, but I can tell you we have had precisely 1/5 of the 50 starters that have delivered a clear round. 10 it is. We have the one with one time, that very good effort from Josephine Sandgaard, Morup, and Assembly Edition. But crucial clears, as we say, for Alice Lane and Tom Wachman. They lead the way, and Ava Vernon in individual bronze as we stand, but still we wait for the overnight leader Evelyn Putters to start for Belgium. She's going to come 5 into this third session. Course is fascinating. The Oxa, just alongside the grey front of your picture, is causing havoc early on. Very big Oxa as well, coming at 4. The combinations 5AB, 6AB hot on each other's heels. They are proving fairly jumpable, but 5A, the big Oxa, is again falling with some frequency. And then problems on the home journey. The vertical off the corner at 11. And the pair of verticals 13A and B are also taking their fair share of horse hoof this afternoon. We get back underway with Ukraine. Delighted to have you all here with us in this beautiful Vilamora Equestrian Centre in the Algarve region of southern Portugal. 31 golf clubs are locally. And for me as a golfer, couldn't be anywhere better. Timofey Tkachenko will get us back into action. He starts on 15.11, the start score. And Bueno lying in 91st position after yesterday. He's a Dutch 15-year-old Calandro across to Hemingway, son, owned by Andrei Tkachenko. Number 51 gets us back in action for Ukraine. Well, the pattern is, again, a carbon copy of those that have come before. Fence 2 is the one early blemish as he turns back to this red and white plank off the corner, jumps it well. Timofey Tkachenko, questionable over the water. There's been some near misses, some lucky escapes over the water, but I'm glad to see Bueno is one of them. Timofey, yeah, vertical at 11. Quite strong is Bueno, just toes him down to the triple bar. But then backs himself off, yeah, at the Oxa, into the the vertical into the combination. But the last fence goes as well. Timofey Tkachenko, I'm afraid, after a promising start, completing with 16. 16 to add, and it's going to be 31.11, the Ukrainian total after this demanding second round.
Norway through Ingrid Björklund, riding
16.15 is the start score. Ingrid Sandhoy Björklund is on the course for Norway. Ari Z is away, owned by the De Visser family. 16.15, just in behind Timofey Tkachenko individually. 93rd place, the young pair for Norway out on the course. It's an absolutely immaculate start. I'm hesitant to say anything because this course is shaking it all up here this afternoon, but Ari Z still keeps the Norwegian tally in total. It is their very first junior European, so credit where credit is due, close to the water. Yeah, and I'm afraid just a little bit shy of the plasticine on landing. Ari Z turning down to the pair of verticals. They've been in great recent form up in Ipaja. In Finland was their prep outing for the Europeans. Couple down for Ingrid Sandhoy Björklund, but compared to some, that is a solid enough performance. 8 to add, 24.15 is the score. They will carry forward into tomorrow morning's third junior individual round here in Vilamora.
75 secondes 48 centièmes total du championnat, 24.15 pour Ingrid, Sandey et Ari.
And Romania is next through Emma Votuca riding Hector.
Et nous avons la Roumanie en piste numéro 53 avec Emma Butuca qui monte Hector.
Emma Butuca getting underway. This is Hector. coming to this treacherous Oxer at 2. Yeah, I'm afraid jumps it again. Like many have done, just flattening over the top of it. I think it could largely be because of the sand colour. Just blends into the sand arena floor. And of course, when the horses are just starting on the course, they're a little bit headstrong, not quite concentrating necessarily, apart from the very, very good combinations. And then that visual confusion with the camouflage, the blend effect, is causing problems early on. That is my best explanation, otherwise I'm stuck. 12 it is for Emma Buttica as Hector comes down to the water. It's going to be another 4. This pair, they make their junior European debut. I think so far I've got away with that, what I thought was clear mistake at the water. They don't get away with that one, though, I'm afraid. 11 topples. Emma had a superb Balkan Championship Children Horses gold medal. That was in Istanbul in Turkey in 2019. And I'm afraid it is going to be 21. I think that late 4 is probably the water. So I was pretty certain. And 14 it is to... Sorry, 17 it is to add. Just confirm that score for you in a moment.
Finland is next through Aurelia riding.
I'm pretty sure it is a total of 31.91 for Emma Buttica, but I apologise, I can't confirm that score just as we stand. We must go now to Finland and Ava Vernon. I loved watching this pair yesterday. For Linda, this lovely Dutch 11-year-old Van Gogh crossed that Ahorn Dam sire. She's a lovely mare. For Linda, Ava Vernon is number 54 for the Finns. Finally, somebody jumps the second. That is cause for celebration. Ava Vernon is making a very good job of this course as they are clear, turning back to the plank. 5.13. It's a great score to bring to today's competition. And they keep that 5.13 intact out over the water at 9. It's a superb first 3 quarters. Ava Vernon, it is again her junior debut here in Villamora. She was in Shamron, the beautiful ex-Bionic Sphere, the powerful equestrian centre just due south of Bratislava in Slovakia. And that, oh, it's so unfortunate. Heartbreaking final rail. It was such a good round from Ava Vernon. To my eye, she deserves a clear. But of course, that is irrelevant. For Linda, 4 penalties. And it is going to mean the finish total is 9.13 after this ever influential second round. But now we focus because the individual European gold medal position at the moment is occupied by this lady. A superb clear round yesterday, quickest clear. Evelyn Putters is on the course, Jut de Rot. They start on 0. Alice Lane, 0.24, the best score thus far. And then Tom Wachman, HH Fireball, 0.35, Ava Vernon, 0.39. And Evelyn Putters is off to a clean start. And I'm afraid these oxes early on are ever influential. Evelyn Putters falters at 4. It does, of course, mean that Alice Lane will be in the gold medal position overnight and Tom Wachman silver. Ava Vernon guaranteed now bronze with that costly 4 for Jut de Rot. Evelyn Putters, this is her junior European Championship debut in any case, so she's had a a superb competition as a debutante, will come home. Time is also going to be very close here for Jut de Rot, and it is outside of the time, 1.55 seconds over one time, and that early mistake, sadly, the Oxer at 4 is the 5 for Jut de Rot, and 5 is the score exiting the second round, and I'm afraid the lady in the gold medal position is going to lose a grip on that gold medal. It does mean, as we say, Alice Lane will be overnight in gold medal position, and Tom Wachman has delivered 2 perfect clear rounds. HH Fireball silver. Ava Vernon for Britain occupying the individual bronze, and that is because of the problems for the top 2 now. Both Josephine Christian Jakobsen faltering and Evelyn Putters. Sad to see. But this young man is certainly going to have the bit firmly between his teeth, because Anthony Philipparts gets away. This is Jadot Van Het Schack jumping. And Belgium have had a superb start, albeit for the problems for Evelyn Putters. Otherwise, in this second round, with the great clears for both Bart Jay Vandecasteele coming early. That was a very good round for Belgium. And Anthony Philipparts trying to now put some pressure on those above him, because 0.43 is his tiny score he brings to the second round. Clear round here would be within a whisker of the individual podium. There are a few in between Anthony and that podium. But Jadot Van Het Schack is delivering an absolutely superb round. Anthony Philipparts jumps the final fence to come home. That was a superb, precise exhibition from the young Philipparts talents. What a quartet they are, with Thibaut, with Olivia and Nicola at the sharp end of world jumping. And the younger generations proving that they are going to be stepping into their older brother's shoes in the years to come. And of course, Dad, the great Ludo Philipparts. Great clear. Nancy Philipparts will stay on that very handy 0.43 penalty.
Et la France est en piste avec Ilona Mesadri qui monte Arsi Fou.
Well, early mistake, I'm afraid. Who hasn't? Ilona Mesadri is on course, bringing a penalty score from yesterday's Table C speed competition. 5.59 is RC Fou's total coming into the round. 9.59 currently. 11 years of age, Ogano sits cross to Orlando, owned by Marianne Lefebvre, Virginie Lefebvre. And Ilona Mesadri is certainly attacking. Time penalty will not be a problem to my eye. And this lovely white-faced chestnut rips down to the water, close on landing. I've thought that before though, but this time I'm right, thankfully. RC Fou, quite a wide turn into the vertical, and yes, the turn wasn't what they wanted precisely, just rather bulging through the turn. It's going to be, 16 to add. Final fence also tumbles. An expensive round for RC Fou and Ilona Mesadri. 21.59 is the French total at the close of play here in Villamora. This demanding Bernardo Costa Cabral, I'm afraid, again causing bother.
Et total du championnat 21.59 pour Ilona Mesadri.
Seguimos con España. Next is Spain. It is Arantxa. No, it's Netherlands. Netherlands through Senna Evers, riding Gershwin Hossacker.
Et les Pays-Bas sont en piste avec Senna Evers qui monte Kresvin.
Well, it's all changed at the top of this Junior European individual battle and the first round of the Team Nations Cup. Just to remind you, we have the 11 clears now, 2 for Belgium, France with 2 as well. And Senator Versa looking to post the first for the Dutch. This is Kerstin van der Roosaka. They start on a very handy 4.06. Bearing in mind the troubles out on the course, this could, no, I'm afraid, improve Senna's fortunes, but I'm afraid back-to-back. Oxer 6B7, falling for Kerstin van der Roosaka. Senna Versa, yeah, cuts that turn economically down towards the big triple bar. It's her very first Junior Europeans, and not a bad showing at all.
3 fences down, 12 jumping faults.
3 fences down, she'll be disappointed, I am sure, but it is going to be 12 to add.
The total of the championship and this moment is 16.06.
And 16.06 with the good start score. Kerstin van der Roosaka exits with the 12 penalties, sadly, added to the card.
You gotta see Espanha, Mazona, Aranza, Berazategui, Monta, Berli defense.
Et l'Espagne est en piste avec le numéro 59, Aranza Berazategui.
Well, lying in 58th position overnight and on a very good 5.35. That speed competition of yesterday is going out of the window largely, not for the medal positions, but for those that are chasing individual honours. We welcome Anastasia Bondarieva is out on the course. Eduardo Salazar owns this Diamant de Semi, Robin II, Zedmer, and Barreau de Vin has started very nicely. Big jump into the combination. Barreau de Vin is keeping a very steady round in order here as Aranza sees a great stride down over the water. Just picked the mare up there. Really saw his shot perfectly. Now into the last quarter of the course. And the time is intact. This is his very first Junior European Championships. And we look for clear round. There it is, finally, we get another. It is clear round number 12, and yes, rightly over the moon. That is a superb reaction. Aranza Berazategui delivers clear round number 12, and Spain is on the clear round card. It's a superb reaction. And a well done to them. 5.35 is a handy score to take in to tomorrow morning's competition.
Et nous avons la République tchèque en piste numéro 60 avec Eliska Anaslova qui monte Vipora.
The Czech Republic as a nation yesterday were all so impressive. And away goes Eliska Hasnedlova out on the course. This is Vipora starting for the Czech. .45 is a handy start score, but rather sullied with that one early mistake. As Eliska, a little bit chancy to my eye down into that second of the doubles, just cut off the corner slightly. Thinking about the clock naturally, but it was a slightly risky approach. Vipora, though, rattles down to the water, jumps that beautifully. And another one that if they could just stay on 8.5, not out of the individual hunts. Eliska Hasnedlova down to the triple bar. Got right in its belly, I'm afraid, on takeoff. And Vipora comes home with 2 down in the final line. It's a real shame. After a great effort, it is her debut Junior Europeans as well. It is going to be the 12 penalties to add. And Anastasia Nielsen will complete on 16.5 at the close of play.
Number 61 from the starting list is Sweden with Lili Landgren riding a touch of Chile.
Et le numéro 61 de la liste de départ représente la Suède, Lili Landgren qui monte Touch of Chile.
Lili Landgren rides fence 2 like it is one of the Grand National fences at Aintree. She made no mistake at all, but I'm afraid Touch of Chile just nudges out the front bar at the Oxer of 4. Lili Landgren is on the course for Sweden. She starts with 9.57 coming into today. Helen Landgren's out of touch. Diamond Chin, Irish Sport Horse, 17 years of age. Touch of Chile jumping a good round so far. Lili at her second Youth European. She was in Fontainebleau of 2018 with Escusa. And this horse has really performed. It's been great to watch the Irish Sport Horse really taking the challenge head on. And it is just that one early mistake for Lili Landgren. She looks understandably delighted. It does mean she will complete the second round on 13.57 and a good round just through for Sweden.
Total of 13.57 from the championship.
4 points en 74 secondes 21 centièmes. Total du championnat. Et Touch of Chile.
And now it's Czech Republic. We have
Monte Don Carleon.
Well, if you are just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, just to update you with the news that sadly Evelyn Putter's had problems on the course for the one mistake for the lady in the gold medal position overnight. And also problems for the Swede, Christine Jakobsen with Dakar. So that does mean that Alice Lane is in the gold medal position. That's superb clear for Emerald. Sit was impressive. Tom Wachman is in the silver as we stand with HH Fireball. Top 2 in the individual medal chase. And out on course, apologies for the error of the caption. Lili Landgren just completed this. Oliver Pisarica out on the course for the Czech Republic. Oliver starting on Don Corleone, the third Z, the 10-year-old de Senat Ideal de la Loge stallion, owned by the Bohemia Energy Club, and Oliver Pisaric starting on 9.2. That's a real shame. It was a super effort, just faltering into that last combination. Those demanding verticals, and one time just exceeding the 77-second time as well. 5 it is for Oliver Pisaric and Don Corleone. They will finish on 14.2.
Total du championnat 14.20 pour Oliver Pisaric et Don Corleone.
And now is Austria with Elisabeth Knaus riding Cancun 18.
Et l'Autriche est en piste avec le numéro 63, Elisabeth Knaus qui monte Cancun 18.
This lady had a very good opening day, and we wish her well. For Austria out on the course, 3.3 is a superb start score. Elisabeth Knaus, Cancun, this Brandenburger 9-year-old Katoki Sakor gelding. Elisabeth owns this compact, big jumping bay herself. It's off to a superb start. The Austrian flag was hoisted high by Max Kuhner. The Rolex Grand Prix, the Dutch Masters in 's-Hertogenbosch in March. That was a brilliant win for Electric Blue P. Sadly not going to the Olympics, bizarrely. But Max Kuhner will be one to watch come the Europeans in Riesenbeck, you would imagine. It's a shame. Cancun just chips in a stride before the water at 9, lands the backside, but the wrong side of the plasticine, I'm afraid. But Elizabeth Knaus still on that very good 3.3 with just 4. Time is comfortable. Jump these verticals and I'm afraid can't. The Austrian pair running into bother last half of the course for the 2 down. 8 penalties to add, and 11.3 is Cancun's total. Great effort from the Lone Wolf sit at the juniors for Austria.
Et c'est 8 points en 73 secondes 44 centièmes. Total 11 points 30 pour Elisabeth Knaus.
It was a jumping 14.73.44 for Elisabeth Knaus. Total of the championship until this moment 11.30.
Just 9 years of age as away goes Bogdan Vaskovsky. The 9-year-old Emilio von Rock is on course. Westphalian gelding Eldorado van der Zestuk cross to cruising, owned by Larissa Vaskovskaya. And it's a very good start score here. They bring to the second round of the juniors here in Villamora 5.66 is the start score, but I'm afraid another one. Oxers are just causing widespread damage. Fence 4 is the first blemish on the Russian card. Bogdan Vaskovsky, Emilian von Rock, just that 4 at 4, coming down to the right-handed dogleg run for home. It is his first junior European, so it's a fair showing. Okay, problems of late, but Emilian von Rock is going to complete the second round here in Villamora, adding, I'm afraid, a bit of insult to injury on the home run, and it is going to be 20 penalties. Emilian von Rock will add to 5.66, 25.66
So it
is the Russian total. Frustrating to see the second half of the round into bother.
Bogdan Vaskovsky. Total of the championship 25.66.
20 points en 75 secondes 91 centièmes. Total du championnat 25.66 pour Bogdan Vaskovsky et Emilio.
Starting her course, we have number 65, Lisa Nakis, with cash flow 6.
Et nous avons la Hongrie en piste numéro 65, Lisa Nakis qui monte cash flow 6.
Well, that is a proper shape thrown out over the second as if to wave the others' concerns goodbye. Lisana Kiss is off to a perfect start, and cash flow, oh my word, 3.44 the start score. I was starting to build a head of steam, hoping that the Hungarian was going to turn the tables on our course designer. It was a great start, but I'm afraid the cash and carry gelding grinds to a halt at the base of fence number 4. Well, apologies for the loss of picture, ladies and gentlemen. Lisana Kiss, we assume will be representing in a moment. This horse is owned by a company named Horses for Sale. There can be no question. You would imagine cash flow could be sold underneath Lisana Kiss, but that is speculation, but the name leaves that possibility distinctly on the table. But sad to see after that great start. Things going against the Hungarian. We await news.
Le prochain binôme en piste représente l'Allemagne. Numéro 67, Lars Nolting qui monte. Lazio.
Well, we can only assume that Lizana Kiss, with the refusal at 4 and the loss of picture, has retired. Both my Portuguese and French are school level, so I'm not totally sure, and we expect to see Francisco Mendonça Pexe for Portugal, but not starting. So Lasse Nolting is away for Germany. Lasse aboard this lovely Lazio. 13 years of age, Lance the second, Cello the first, this gelding. Looking forward to calling my first football match actually next Tuesday. Lazio are playing Padova in northern Italy. That's going to be my football debut. Excited for that one. And Lasse Nolting, though, is off to a good start here. Powerful start for the young German. Down through 6A, B7, and light work he's making. This plank off the corner. Lazio, this regal look about this beautiful grey. It's got a lovely impression. And aside from that, he's performing out of his skin here. Lasse Nolting comes down to the final pair of verticals. Still clear. Time is fairly tight. Lasse Nolting, yeah, I'm afraid, has the entrance vertical down into the last combination and one time. It's a shame because it was a superb round for the young German. And he will add 5 in this second round here in Villamoura. 5 to his 5.65 he brought to this round. 10.65 is a total for Lasse Nolting.
And the next is number 68, Netherlands. Is Timon Vos riding I've Got the Key.
Et nous avons en piste pour les Pays-Bas numéro 68, Timon Vos qui monte I've Got the Key.
Thymen Vos getting underway now for the Dutch. This is combination number 68 this afternoon. I've Got the Key. Let's hope so. Not many have, to be fair, of this course. 11 years of age, the son of a womanizer gets away. Eckstein here, the dam sire. Irish sport horse is off to an immaculate start. Thymen Vos has got a superb position. Just vertical, hands retaining the contact, a la Marcus Enning. Down to the first of the combinations and beautifully through. The Dutch still to post a clear in this ultra-influential second round of the Junior Europeans. Thymen Vos, though, is about to hopefully reverse all of that. He starts on 4.61. Got out of jail at 11. Still rattling in the cups, but has stayed right in place. And Thymen Vos, oh, I've Got the Key, just missing out on a crucial clear. It's the latest of 4 penalties. Very, very quick round for Thymen Vos, and he will complete on 8.61 at the end of the second round. Great effort for the young Dutchman.
Total du championnat 8.61 pour Timon Vos. I've Got.
And Thymen, all the more impressive, his debut at the Junior Europeans. It's a good score to carry forward into tomorrow. He had a team gold at Zuiderwolde at home in the Netherlands at the Children on Horses 2 years ago. Now we come to Italy. Margherita Fiorelli is away. This is number 69, the 102 in this marathon, demanding junior second round, and Blumusemi is off to a very good start. Diamondosemi cross to Kumano. No, fence 4 is the first blemish on the Italian card. Kumano, who was the rider of Jos Lansing to win the world individual title in Aaken's Worlds of 2006 with the rider rotation. I'm afraid another ox tumbles, Blumusemi carrying the 8 into the plank at 8. And I'm afraid after a very promising start, Margherita Fiorelli is staring a fairly big total in the face. Well, looking back, and I'm afraid she'll see 4 fences needing resuscitation. It is 16 to add, and her junior debut completing 2077 is the total, with those 16 to add after that good first round for Margherita Fiorelli. For Italy, number 69 completing.
Margherita Fiorelli.
Next is Olga Szubrax from Poland with Quincy.
Et la Pologne est en piste, numéro 70, Olga Szubrax qui monte Quincy.
Well, again, apologies that the caption has not updated because this is Olga Szubrax on the course, but I'm afraid the pole has had a tough start. That is the 3rd mistake out on the course, 12 on the card for Quincy. Particularly disappointing because they bought 2.11 to this second influential Junior European individual and first team round. Sitting with a 12 to add on 14.11. Disappointing first half, I'm afraid, for Olga Szubrax. 10 years of age, FRH Quaid. Cross to Raphael, this gelding. Maria Szubrax's imposing bay. And Olga Szubrax is going to come home. Yes, and it's a shame. Real fight, and I'm afraid
over the fences, so it's a total of 13.70.
It's going to be a time penalty as well to add. 13 is the total in the second round, I'm afraid, for Olga, because 2.11 is marred and 15.11 is the Polish total.
Et total du championnat 15.11 pour Olga Szubrax.
Running for individual, we have Croatia, Lia Dermik and Flyer.
We have 12 clears after the first 70 have jumped. It's proving ultra demanding. The horses are coming home well. That is the crucial part. And that is testament to a demanding but a fair course from Bernardo Costa Cabral. As Lia Jelmik jumps 2, but I'm afraid the rainbow vertical at 3 tumbles. Fly is out on the course for Croatia. Superb to welcome the 2 individuals for Croatia to the Junior Europeans. And Lia Jelmik down to the double. 6A, 6B. Right flank of the combination. Gets Flyer back to jump the mid part of the Oxer at 7. Flyer lives up to his name, got right into the deep base of the water, but still had the power and scope to come out over it without penalty. Lia Jelmik coming down to the last line. This is her first Junior European. She's got a great Balkan Championship record. She had an individual silver brown gold lady that was in Istanbul in Turkey in 2019. Just those 2 early mistakes for the pair for Croatia. It is a very respectable 8 out on the course of Bernardo Costa Cabral.
8 points en 75 secondes 30 centièmes et total du championnat 10.02 pour Leia Jelmik.
Now it's Monaco. Team Monaco from Inigo Lopez.
Sitting in 52nd position overnight, we welcome now for Monaco on the course Inigo Lopez. De la Ossa Franco gets away. This is the low and F horses is Damour, Van Het, Han, Weehoff, Z. They start on a handy enough 4.58 coming into this ever influential second round of the competition. Damour's got off to a very good start here. And that is far from easy. Beautiful big jump out over that rustic oxer at 4. Inigo Lopez. Smart ride through the first of the 3 double combinations. He makes his European Championship debut here in Villamoura and he really powers down to 7. This is a great ride. Just getting out after the course. He's not sitting in the locker room. He's really fighting. I think just slivers over the water as well. Damour, Van Het, Han, Weehoff, Z now turning. 4 fences to go to deliver clear round number 12 potentially. The time is just going to be okay. I think. No, it's close on the time. But you know what? Oh, it's so unlucky.
Of the double combination.
It's a very good round from Inigo Lopez. De la Ossa Franco. The last fence falls and 1-time penalty. 1.45 seconds overtime.
Total of the championship.
And 5 it is going to be to add.
58.
Total is going to be, again, a very respectable 9.58 after Wednesday's whitewash of a competition. Well done. Great round for the young man from Monaco.
And the correction is the total of the championship is 9.58.
Well, Switzerland have really come out punching today because Linus Hanselmann and Geraldine Straumann have delivered 2 of the 12 clears thus far. As away goes Gaëtan Joliat, the new starter. Veron de Hus Z is out on the course. We have 3 to come before the final break of this second round. Gaëtan starting on 6.6 for this incredible young mare. She's only 8, Vivaldi du Seigneur's daughter, owned by Florent and Nico Joliat. And okay, 1 down at the first half of the course so far, but Gaëtan Joliat looks very polished down through the second combination. Veron de Hus said got perilously close to the water, but I think Gaëtan Joliat has escaped unpenalised at his very first Junior Europeans, but I'm afraid 11 tumbles out of that tight turn. And I'm afraid the last going as well. It's a very good round, which just crumbles a little bit at the end of it. Gaëtan Joliat will have to add 12 penalties, and the total for Veron de Hus Z into tomorrow's third competition is 18.6 here in Villamoura.
Secondes 73 centièmes. Total du championnat 10 points en piste avec Oliver Fletcher qui monte Hello William.
Now this is a crucial round for Great Britain. Ava Vernon dazzled at the very start of this second round, clear with Jolie Fleur, and Oliver Fletcher, again apologies for the caption, is on the course for Great Britain. Hello William, starting with a superb 0.65 the total. 9 years of age, only the gelding, owned by Lady Pauline Harris, Lady Pauline Kirkham, and Oliver's father, the distinguished horse and hound columnist and multiple medalist himself, Graham Fletcher. Hello William is off to a great start, and then I'm afraid 6A topples into the second combination. Oliver riding at his third Junior Europeans, coming down to the final line. Just that one down to my eye. Yes, confirmed by the scoreboard inside the time. And still, Oliver Fletcher keeps Hallo William in a very respectable standing. 4.65 is the British total. And Britain having a good afternoon here at the warm office that is Villamora on the Algarve coast. 4.65 for Oliver Fletcher.
Et total du championnat, 4.65 pour Oliver Fletcher.
To left for our break.
Et nous avons la Finlande en piste avec Antonia Virtanen qui monte Alma Lotta R.
This lady was the very first to jump yesterday morning, and we welcome back Finland's Antonia Virtanen, the new starter. Antonia, the last of this penultimate session before jump number 76 through to the bitter end number 102 will be the last of this second round, the influential second round. Alma Lotta R is on the course, Casal across to Calato. 13 years of age, owned by Antonia and Monica Wikström Virtanen. And the mare is off to, again, a faltering start. Fence 4, I'm afraid, once again. It's going to need a repainting after today's round, as is the Oxer at 4. Well, Antonia Virtanen had a tough round yesterday, and I'm afraid that form is sadly continuing. 31.79 was their total after the opening leg of the competition. Antonia representing to the double, but I'm afraid Alma Lotta R is having none of that second combination. It's sad to see it's her debut at the Junior Europeans, and I'm afraid Antonia Virtanen is going to have to call it a day out on the course.
De refus, Antonia Virtanen et Alma Lotta.
E já temos em pista o último conjunto antes da pausa. Cavaleiro português.
So sad to see the elimination for our last out of the penultimate session. Antonia Virtanen and Alma Lotta they are eliminated. Sad to see for the young pair for Finland. So, ladies and gentlemen, we come into our last break of this, well, impressive competition. I thought we were having a break. We're due to have a break. And, well, we'll see in just a moment. No, we are going on, apparently. And I assume... Now, this must be the young Portuguese rider from earlier. Alexandra Vichpio is the restarter. I believe this is Francisco Mendonça Pexe. Out on the course, he was due to start after Lizana Kiss, and before Lasse Nolting, he didn't. And away goes... Yeah, Balto de la Pomme is on course. 10 years of age, Maris Claudius crossed to Kashmir van der Schuddershoff once again. This was owned by Francisco Jose Rocha. And a demanding start for Francisco. He had a tough day yesterday, like Antonia Virtanen. 51.79 was the day one total. And I'm afraid things are continuing in a similar vein of form. So, Francisco Mendonça Pexe coming home, and I'm glad to see it is a good improvement on yesterday's total. 24 he will add to his total, and 75.79 is the Portuguese total. So now I'm pretty sure we come to our break. Apologies for the muddled information, but we weren't informed that he was due to start before this final break. And our congratulations, we have still the 12 clears, and a fascinating position is emerging individually. Alice Lane sitting in the gold medal position, emerald sit for France. That was a very good round for Alice, and she will hold off the challengers into tomorrow's individual junior continuation. The final will be on Saturday at 2 p.m. And Alice is the leader, 0.24 second. Tom Wachman in the silver with HH Fireball. And it is Ava Vernon holding the bronze medal position at the moment. That is Jolie Fleur van der Noordheuvel. Those three can't be changed because of the sad problems for those two ahead, Evelyn Putters and Josephine Christian Jacobsen. We have a short break, everybody. Grab yourselves a cup of tea. I'm sure you need one. And we'll see you in 4 minutes. Thank you very, very much for watching. Well, superb to welcome you back, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are watching in the world, and great to have you with us here for the conclusion of this influential, it has been demanding, second round of the Junior European Championships for 2021 from Villamoura. The battle still very much on, both team-wise and individually. This is the second of the 4 rounds, potentially. They've got to qualify for the individual final after tomorrow's third individual round. And it's going to be something like the top 30 juniors will come back for the individual final. But also, of course, looming large is the first of the Nations Cup team rounds today. And clear rounds proving very hard to come by. 12 after the first, now 75 have jumped. And Alexandra Wipschlo will get us back underway for Poland. 10.46 was the score from yesterday, that Table C opening battle. And Caslo Z, I'm afraid, is another one. Fence 2 is causing endless havoc. 11 years of age, owned by Marcin Wipschlo. Cicero Z Van Pan was a very good stallion. This horse's father crossed to Nelson Z. Just that one early rail, though. Alexandra Wipschlo is well through that second of the 3 combinations. Good start here for the young Pole. Alexandra making her European Championship debut. Still only 16 years of age, so this is a very good performance for a young gun. 3 fences down with the entrance into the final combination as well. It is going to be 12 to add inside the time, however. And 22.46 is Casalo Z's round 2 completion score.
Et c'est 12 points en 75 secondes 45 centièmes. Total du championnat, 22 points 46 pour Alexandra Wipschlo.
At the moment in the first round of the Nation Cup, a total of 11.56 first round.
Et nous avons
the next to
la
come.
Suède.
It's due to be for Sweden, but
Pardon,
if I'm
nous
not
avons
mistaken, this is
l'Irlande,
Francis Derwin.
Numéro 78 avec Francis Derwin et
Emmy Hansen not starting currently. Maybe we'll see Mecca later, but this is a crucial round for Francis Derwin because 1.43. 15th position overnight. This is AHG White Rock Cruise Down. Cruising's Mickey Finn, cross to touchdown. Famous Damn Sire, Irish sport horse. And Francis owns this beautiful grey. Down to this first of the trio of double combinations, beautifully through. And I must say, AHG White Rock Cruise Down has really seized the initiative here. Francis Derwin is giving this grey an absolutely pinpoint perfect ride. I was there in 2010 where Bertram Allen won the Pony European title in Bishop Burton. Harry Allen is proving such a world talent, and Francis Derwin is delivering a superb round here. Apologies for, again, the caption mistake, but oof, one down. I missed it coming home, sadly. I was totally seduced by the overall impression of AHG White Rock Cruise Down. Francis Derwin, his junior debut here in Villamoura, ponies in Stregum and Bishop Burton. Team Gold it was in Poland with Kolban Mistress. It is going to be 4 to add. And 5.43 is the total for Francis Doe. And again, respectable score to take in with 2 individual rounds still remaining. And Ireland have had a very good class so far with Tom Wachman and Ella Quigley delivering 2 of those 12 clears, those 12 beautiful rare clears. Superstar for combination number 79 away, and this is another powerful score to bring to this second Junior European round. Thibaut Keller 2.98. Badaboom 1 is the Quenso Songe Milo Cathargo daughter. She's a 10-year-old. Thibaut Keller has made a very good start. Badaboom 1 sadly just topples the plank, and I'm afraid for the water as well. Potentially 2 mistakes back to back. We await confirmation, but it's a shame for Thibaut. 2.98, a very good score to bring to this second round. Badaboom 1 coming with just the 4 down to the pair of verticals to complete, and good round indeed. We'll just have the 4 penalties inside the time. Thibaut Keller will complete here round 2, this demanding, ultra demanding round with 6.98 still in the individual chase, with the 2 rounds outstanding.
Total of the championship 6.9.
Apologies, ladies and gentlemen, for the loss of your picture. Please do bear with us as we are entering a crucial stage of this Junior European second round. Some very good scores still to start. And the next to come, we welcome the home nations. Patricia Costa Mello Madeira is the next to come. She rides Anna Maria Madeira's Ecuador, the Polish 11-year-old Colt AZ across to Grande Espagne. Patricia, her second European Championships. She was in Shamron Children on Horses Europeans of 2017, 4 years ago. That was Adonis B. And again, repeat apology for the caption error. 1 early mistake coming. Fence number 4, that. What is becoming ever more influential Oxer. The Oxers 2 and 4 both causing their fair share of problems. Ecuador, again, another rail down into the double. This pair have only been together since, well, 2018, so 4th year of competition. Ecuador chasing down to the green-white Oxer, but a troublesome round for Patricia. 24.5 was her effort of yesterday morning. I'm afraid the Portuguese pair having a headache out on the Villamora Arena. It's a real shame. Ecuador is going to add 25 penalties. 25 to add, and the total 49.5. I'm afraid it's a tough afternoon for Patricia Costa Mello Madeira out on the course with Ecuador.
Total du championnat 49,5 pour Patricia Costa Mello Madeira.
So once again, same apology stands, and I apologise for repeating myself, but
team.
Need to keep giving our
Gustav
caption man a nudge in the ribs. He's having an afternoon nap, I think, this afternoon, because this is a crucial round. Gustav Christian Jakobsen is away. He starts on a dazzling 2.32. Chakorina is his 15-year-old Chaco Blue Larenko mare, owned by the Penn Partners Holding Company. It is combination number 81, and we look keenly here for our 13th clear of the second round, and it is a very good start for Gustav Jakobsen. Just takes his time to set up for the plank off the turn at 8. Just got to keep that 77-second time in mind, and I think the water, has been another penalty. I didn't see the first one, but Gustav Christian Jakobsen coming for home. It's a real shame. This has been a good round for the young Dane. It is his second Junior Europeans. He was in Zuidewolde 2 years ago. And it is 8 to add. The total will be 10.32 for Chakorina after a promising start.
So the final result of the first round Nations Cup to Denmark is 22.39.
Et c'est 8 points en 74 secondes 84 centièmes. Total 10.32 pour
Superb. Our caption man has woken up from his afternoon haze, and Sindre Svepstad is accurate, is on the course. This is for Norway. Hunter de Waas getting away. Dutch-bred 9-year-old Elvis de Putter. It's a very good stallion. Across to Elmshorn, famous again, Dam Sire. Owned by Hans-Erik Svepstad. And Sindre is another one to fall foul of the second. .47, his morning's efforts of yesterday, so languishing a little bit. Couple down out on Bernardo Costa Cabral's course thus far, and another one falling. So Hunter de Waas is again struggling out in the Portuguese summer heats. Sindre Svepstad sees a very good shot off the corner at the plank, and this line has been immaculate. Jumped that as well as anybody, just kept a lovely rhythm down the middle of the diagonal. It's not easy, plank to water to Oxer. Altogether different sorts of questions. Sindre Svepstad, though, his debut at the Europeans of any level, so this is a good effort from the man from Norway. He comes down, shame, the last fence goes as well. One time to add, and 17 will be the total of Sindre Svepstad. 27.47 is his completion score after the second round with a very young 9-year-old. It's a good effort for his first time at the Junior Europeans.
$79.10 with the 27.47 from the championship.
47.
Our new starter, and Kim Vukarin is out on the course for Croatia. Frank Johansson owns this very nice Chikolina. Hanoverian mare, like the ride of Sindre Svepstad we've just enjoyed. Kim Vukarin is off to a good start here. She's 11. Kanstako across to Chasseur the first.
We have Croatia is Kim Vukarin riding Chikolina 10.
Kim Vukarin down to the big Oxer, blue, yellow and white, and this is a very powerful start here. Combination for Croatia, I'm afraid. Full foul of the plank, that was not their takeoff plan, and we have a loose horse here. Chikolina, I'm afraid, will be gathered up in a moment, and we hope Kim Vukarin is okay. Looked quite a light fall. There she is, good to see.
So for the first round of
walking back to rejoined Chikolina, but I'm afraid the Croatian is eliminated. She was on 6.55, which is a frustrating score to then be eliminated from the competition. And sad to see, but great to see our young Croatian visitor up on her feet. And none the worse, apart from the frustration for that fall at the vertical at 8. And it was a great start, so we're sad to see it is her first Junior Europeans. And Kim Vikarin is eliminated.
So, meanwhile, in juniors individual ranking, first leading these juniors championship, we have the French rider Alice Lane. In second so far is Tom Hutchman. Third, Ava Vernon.
So just a moment, ladies and gentlemen, while the course team reset the plank at 8, and just remind you, 12 clears. Alice Lane, the best score, Emerald Sitter, was dazzling to hold the gold medal position for the French. Tom Wachman is poised with HH Fireball. And it is the young Brit Ava Vernon in the bronze medal position individually. Jolie Fleur-Van der Noord-Heuvel, the very first of this round. She jumped a flawless, very convincing clear round to show us the way we thought, how wrong we were. But it was an immaculate start for Ava Vernon. And that is the current individual podium here in Villamoura. We have
at the moment for the first
15
round,
or so more to come.
Monaco has a total
and
of
Octavia
59
Ilasoy is our new
points.
starter now for Romania. This is combination number 84. The start score here, 8.39. This, the again, Centadel across the Toulon. Gelding Amaretto RC is away. And I'm afraid, once again, sand receives the imprint of the Oxa. That too, it's got a sort of gaping cavity there. It's been battered and bruised all afternoon.